4:46 is the time. We continue to follow breaking news this morning out of the Bordeaux area. This is where Metro Police are confirming that one man was killed after a shooting. They say it happened around 3:40 this morning at the Overlook Ridge Apartments. That is at 2400 Buena Vista Pike. We're told that this is an active homicide investigation. Police do not have a suspect in custody. We are working to learn more about this particular shooting situation, including the identity of the person killed. As you can see, more officers arriving on that scene. Again, this is on Buena Vista Pike at the Overlook Ridge Apartments, 2400 Buena Vista Pike. We will continue to provide more details as soon as we get them right here on Fox 17 News this morning. A recall alert this morning as a popular Trader Joe's dish has been recalled for possibly containing hard plastics. U.S. regulators say more than 61,000 pounds of steamed chicken soup dumplings could contain plastic from permanent markers. The Food and Safety Inspection Service is urging consumers to throw away all recalled dumplings or return them to Trader Joe's for a full refund. There have been no illnesses or injuries reported so far to investigators about this recall. In the last year, home insurance premiums have skyrocketed. In some cases, those monthly costs have risen by as much as 40%. Jen Sullivan takes a closer look at what's causing the price hike and what homeowners can try to do to save money.
When disaster strikes, home insurance is there to help cover some of the costs.
Your home is one of your largest assets, and in the insurance industry, it's wise and prudent to protect that asset.
But the price of that protection is becoming more expensive. Home insurance broker Travis Hodges says he's seeing an average increase of 27% year over year. And in some cases, the cost of insuring your home can go even higher.
We've heard as much as 40.
So what's causing the price hike? Hodges says there are a few reasons. 1. Changing weather patterns and events, such as tornadoes and wildfires. 2. The cost of materials has gone up, so it costs more to fix any damage. 3. Property values have risen. Let's look at those numbers for a moment. In January, the median home sale price was $379,100, according to the National Association of Realtors. That's 5.1% higher than January of last year, and it's the 7th month in a row home prices have gone up.
Everything else has gone up. Insurance has just mirrored that and been proportionate.
So what can you do to save money? If you're willing to increase your deductible by as much as $500, Hodges says you can save anywhere from 15 to 20% and shop around for different policies.
We actually do that proactively for our clients. Every time there's a renewal, we let them know what other options are out there.
And remember, flood insurance is a separate plan. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, we continue to follow the blizzard out there in Northern California as many people are digging out after days of intense snowfall, and blizzard conditions have resulted in an extreme amount of snow. We talked about this last week, that this would be a bunch. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. 100-mile-per-hour winds on Mammoth Mountain, knocking down power lines and leaving thousands of people in the dark. Meanwhile, California Department of Transportation crews are now down to just 2 of the 10 snowblowers because their equipment broke down in the extreme conditions. Come on. It's supposed to be made for this, right? The storm system entered the area on Thursday, and while the snow eased up in some areas yesterday, forecasters say another round of snow is expected through Wednesday. We've been talking to Greg Bobus about this as you see one car being towed out. Greg, we were expecting several feet of snow out there in the West Coast, and it looks like it has come exactly like forecasters predicted.
It has, and it's not even done yet. We have more today. We have more tomorrow. Down to 2 out of 10 snowplows. Those were like snow tanks.
Yeah.
And they weren't even working right there.
Why? I mean, come on. It's supposed to be made for this.
You got to call Homer Simpson to get Mr. Plow out there. If you get the old 90s reference there.
Yes.
Taking a look here. Back home, Justin, nothing to worry about. We're actually really warm. We're in the middle 50s so far this morning, but this forecast, unfortunately, annoyingly rainy. Why I say that is because it's not going to be great in terms of your outdoor plans. signs. We need the rain, but we have no severe weather. So it's not weather to worry about. It's weather to plan around. We're starting warm, like I mentioned, 50s right now, 70s this afternoon, and I have no signs of severe weather as of right now. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, all looking great. Thursday into Friday, we'll keep our eyes on. Every day, someone across Middle Tennessee is going to get a little bit of rain. Not everyone gets rain every day, so grab the umbrella. 57. It's clear right now. We have fog out there too, so let's just take a look at what that means for your morning drive. The fog, not everywhere, it's just patchy in nature, but watch out for potholes as well. We kind of have that 1-2 combo going here. I was doing the moguls driving down I-40 yesterday, taking a look. Caution though, as you get out the door, use the low beams when it comes to navigating through that fog later on today. We'll talk about rain chances and work your way into the rest of this week coming up in a few minutes.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning. I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass. We continue to follow that scene where one car is involved with either a crash or just disabled. Unsure which one, but police are there right now. They've blocked off the shoulder and probably at least one lane as you're trying to get by there in that area around Trinity Lane, the Fern Avenue overpass there on the north side. We're going to tell you about anything else that gets in your way, but right now the drive time is looking really nicely so far this morning. Mount Juliet in at 26 minutes, Murfreesboro at 47 minutes, Franklin 25 minutes in from the south side. Well, happening right now. We want to get the very latest on several things happening here in the Mid-State. It is award season, and your movie knowledge can help you win some extra money by playing Hollywood Trivia. So grab your phone and scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 prepaid Visa gift card. You can get the question right, and you could win the $100 daily prize. The daily prize winners will also be eligible for a chance to win a $5,000 drawing. Again, just scan this QR code to get the Hollywood Trivia question of the day. Good luck. Well, coming up, a country music star surprised travelers at Nashville International Airport. We're going to tell you what he did for the lucky people who got to see this performance. And new research says that soda
threatens. Download the Fox 17 News Code Red weather app now.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
.455 is the time. Live look there across downtown Nashville. As you can see, the streets are clean out there this morning. The crews have come through, taking away all the dirt and the grime as they get set for another week. Greg Bobus will have to look at where fog is moving in some portions of Nashville and the Mid-State coming up here in the next few minutes. Of course, one person that is no stranger to Broadway is Keith Urban. Well, you can catch him over at B&A apparently as well. Take a look at this. If you can't pay for a better seat to watch Keith Urban than this, you can see the country music superstar and the singer and songwriter taking the stage over at Nashville International Airport on Saturday. Urban surprised some of the passengers in the C concourse, singing some of his greatest hits and taking time to pose for pictures as well. It is Music City after all. Let's get to Greg here.
That it is. Yeah, Keith Urban just at the airport hanging out. So I think we're going to have to change our studio name to C Concourse and just see who stops by.
Never know.
Because you never know. You never know.
Open mic night all the time.
You know, you truly do never know in Music City, though. Weekend outlook. Scattered rain chances here for Saturday. Sunday's the better looking day moving forward. But between now and then, every day, someone is going to get some rain. So we're trying to piece together who has the best chance of each day seeing that rainfall as we go into the 5 o'clock half hour. Decent temperatures will be in the 50s and low 60s today. Middle 70s, you're starting in the middle 50s. We have patches of fog across Middle Tennessee. It's not terribly dense, but definitely areas you will encounter as you're heading out the door. You can also check the radar throughout this week. It's going to be very helpful to have the Code Red weather app because we will have batch after batch of rain and weak thunderstorms. No signs of severe weather, but we'll start looking at Future Track for you and give you your 7-day forecast in about 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic at 457. A quick look here at the crash we've been following there on the north side. That's I-65, the Fern Avenue overpass there near Trinity Lane. You can see where the tow truck has now arrived and is about to tow that car away. So will not be with us for much longer there on that north side. We will continue to follow anything else that happens. We are watching fog in certain locations across the mid-state as well. But all the drive times still in the green as you get out and about this morning. If you are a big soda drinker, don't rely on exercise to undo the damage that you may be doing to yourself. That is according to a brand new study that says the value of working out is greatly reduced by soda consumption. The research says that drinking just 2 12-ounce soda cans per week can cancel out a lot of what you do for your heart when you go to the gym. Now, the study analyzed data from around 100,000 adults over the course of the last 30 years. Scientists say the standard workout quota of around 150 minutes every week was in that study. The researchers say that artificially sweetened drinks do not have the same negative impact, but even so, plain water, according to them, is your best choice for hydration. Drivers on an Ohio interstate came upon a very unusual sight as a pair of horses were trotting against the traffic on Interstate 90. Now, you may be wondering, where is this? Maybe some small town somewhere in southern Ohio where they've got a lot of horses. No, this is Cleveland, Ohio. You can see the videos of the animals headed down the on-ramp and off to the side there into a side street. The Cleveland Police Department says that the animals, the horses in this case, are actually from the police department themselves. And they're part of their force. And they are got in a routine exercise. Thankfully, the officers were able to catch back up with their horses as you see them galloping there. If they're from the area, maybe they know where they're going. Maybe they had something they needed to do and decided they had to get loose down I-90. Our 5 o'clock hour starts right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. 5 o'clock on the dot right now on Fox 17 News This Morning. It's now been more than a week since Sebastian Rogers disappeared in Hendersonville. What authorities and the community are trying now with the hopes of finding that teenager. And it's been more than 4 years now since the devastating tornadoes swept through Middle Tennessee. How people are remembering their losses and still recovering today.
Waking up this morning, we're dry but foggy. Temperatures are in the 50s. I'm tracking multiple rounds of rain. Gear up for it. I'll time it out for you coming up in the forecast.
Greg, thanks. Good morning to you on this Monday, and thank you for joining us for Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica is off today. Want to get straight to the breaking news just in from the north side of Nashville, where Metro is confirming that a man has been shot and killed. It all happened around 3:40 this morning on Buena Vista Pike. We've got a map up to show you the location and a live look as well. Thanks to our photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey, who's out there right now. You can see all the crime tape up around this address, which does come in as the Overlook Ridge Apartments. We're told as of right now, police do not have anybody in custody, but still a very active crime scene. We're working to learn the name of the man who has died, and we will continue to keep you updated as we are live and local through 9 a.m. It's now been more than a week since 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers was reported missing from the Shackle Island neighborhood of Hendersonville. And first responders, along with the community, have gone through all kinds of intense searches in these last 7 days. The family telling investigators that Sebastian walked away from his home in Hendersonville Sunday night or Monday morning. Since then, no reported trace of this 15-year-old boy who does have autism. Fox 17 News photojournalist Madison Spraker giving us a live look this morning from Hendersonville. The command post has been set up at Shackle Island Fire Rescue. This is right across the street from Beach High School. You'll notice this is a volunteer fire and rescue squad, but folks have been absolutely 100% boots on the ground for more than a week. We have local, state agencies all joining in the search for Sebastian Rogers. They have now covered a more than 5-mile radius within the Beach High School area. This command post set up right across the street from Beach, which is Sebastian's high school. This is also just down the road from his house. We know that more than 400 people have been searching this area. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office not confirming any sightings of Sebastian, not by any witnesses, not on any video since he was reported missing. Tracking dogs, not even picking up a scent, which so many folks say they just find unbelievable. Sebastian's family so far has declined to speak with the media, but we do understand they took to a podcast over the weekend. Investigators say the parents have been cooperating and they have been in touch with detectives daily. We're speaking specifically about the mom and the stepdad. Community members also chiming in, helping with searches, passing out flyers, and sharing the story on social media.
Don't leave any stone unturned. Crawl spaces, porches, under decks, vehicles, boats, tarps, anything, storage buildings. Please, continue to check these and continue to check your surveillance cameras as well.
And that plea continues here into this Monday morning, where if you live within, they've even said if you are in Robertson County, if you are in Davidson County, you are being encouraged to check your property, because by this point, if Sebastian is still out there walking around, he could have made it many miles by now. So check your property, especially maybe even if you're able to twice a day, and continue to call police if you see anything suspicious. 5:04 is the time right now. A big story that impacted our community so deeply. 4 years ago this past weekend, we had the March tornadoes. 7 tornadoes in all tore across Middle Tennessee. People here waking up to scenes of absolute destruction. We all lived through it. For those of you who might be new to the area and you weren't here 4 years ago, Nashville looked like an entirely different place. Homes, businesses, schools ripped from their foundations. 25 people died here in the Mid-State. So we remember this day solemnly here in Middle Tennessee. Just yesterday, in fact, the Mount Juliet community marking that anniversary with a remembrance ceremony. Community members laying a wreath in honor of 3 lives lost right there in Wilson County. Family members gathering to honor Brandy Barker and James and Donna Eaton. They all died when the tornado hit Mount Juliet.
I hope that they remember that life is short and none of us are promised tomorrow, and my aunt and uncle knew that all too well.
So much destruction in Mount Juliet. These tornadoes went onto the plateau, where we had more lives lost out on the plateau, and destroyed parts of Germantown, Salemtown, right here in downtown Nashville. The permanent monument there in Wilson County is in honor of the lives lost. It's right next to West Wilson Middle School. That school destroyed in that storm. Officials say construction on the new building is nearing completion.
Jen, you're right. That's a night that if you did not live here yet, go research it. Go just take a look at what happened, because we've been forever changed across Middle Tennessee. Not just the families displaced and the families that aren't waking up with that person that they had the day before, but now even the entire landscape looks different. And these are the 2 big tornadoes that we had. There was an EF3 in Nashville, the one that went through Germantown, East Nashville, Mount Juliet, and continued out toward the east. I was impacted. I mean, I woke up in a hotel this same day and then came into work and tried to just piece things together in my own life as well. So we all either know someone who was impacted or know a friend of a friend who might have known someone. The Cookeville tornado, the EF4, that is the one that is just still hard to look back at. Max wind speed 175 miles per hour. This was 900 yards in width. That's 9 football fields. And that is the one we saw. Unfortunately, 19 lives taken away from us. So every year we're going to keep telling you that we can have tornadoes at any time of the year. We've had outbreaks in December. We've had outbreaks in March. And now we're entering March and April, where we see the primary targets of our severe weather season. So we have to watch this very carefully as we go throughout the rest of the week, and not just the week, but the month and all year long. I will tell you, the good news right now is that we have no severe weather in our forecast. You're waking up in the 50s, a little bit of fog. Today's a carefree day. We'll work you through a few weak thunderstorms this week coming up in your Code Red forecast.
Greg, thank you so much. I wish we could say things are carefree and steer clear traffic, but unfortunately, we already have a significant crash we need to tell you about. This is a live look right now, I-65 at Fern Avenue. What's interesting is just, 20 minutes ago, we were telling you about a car that looked like they had a flat off to the shoulder near I-65 at Fern, and now we have a huge police presence. We can see every lane of I-65 is currently blocked off. This does look to be in the inbound lanes. So if you are north of Nashville coming into downtown this morning from north of town, this is a high impact crash. I can see TDOT and 3 lanes worth of police. We've got a car in the far right lane looking like maybe they backed out and are trying to get around somehow. So we're going to work to get you more details. I would say if you are north of Nashville and you're getting ready to leave in maybe the next 10 or 15 minutes to come into town, you could take Dickerson Pike as a good detour. You could come down Ellington because as it's hard to make out exactly what's happened here, we're not sure how long it's going to be until this clears. So we're monitoring this right now. We'll get those breaking news and steer clear traffic updates in moments. And Fox 17 News has now learned this morning that a son is now charged with shooting his father. We'll get you the latest updates here from the heart of Nashville, and we go to the outskirts, Sumner County.
The 250 on the house. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. All kinds of awesome.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning. I want to bring you the breaking news impacting safety in one neighborhood in particular this morning. We have a huge crime scene in North Nashville. This is in Bordeaux, where we have learned this morning, got confirmation that a man has been shot and killed in what looks to be an apartment complex happening around 3:40 this morning. So less than 2 hours ago on Buena Vista Pike. This address does come in as the Overlook Ridge Apartments, which, as I mentioned, is now a huge crime scene. Police tape up everywhere. Lots of investigators here. Our Fox 17 photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey out there live right now. Police, we understand, do not have anybody in custody. Was it targeted? Was it random? Those are things that we're still working to find out, along with the identity of the person shot and killed. So we'll be out there live working to get you more information and updates live through 9. And right now, speaking of updates, we want to bring you new information on a story that we first brought you as breaking news last week. Metro Police now confirm a son is charged with attempted criminal homicide, accused of shooting his own father. Officers say it happened at a house on Ed Temple Boulevard last Thursday morning. Derek Gore is now charged with shooting his dad 3 times. We are working to get an update on the father's condition. In the meantime, the son, Gore, is being held on a $500,000 bond. Now to Operation Crime and Justice, and I'll tell you what, Sumner County first responders have had their hands full, both in the search for Sebastian Rogers, the missing teenager, and, as it turned out, 3 escaped inmates who got out of the jail in Gallatin, also in Sumner County. But now all 3 of those escaped inmates are back in custody after a wild weekend. And as it turns out, a couple of them showed up in Wilson County, where the sheriff's deputies there, along with Lebanon police, found 2 of the men who were still on the run at the Dollar General store in Lebanon Saturday. Officers took in Kenneth Campbell and William Rutherford at the store that's on Highway 109 in Lebanon. They caught the 3rd inmate, Elvis Bush, pretty quickly. They got him Friday.
Time right now, 5:13. Just quickly, a little cliff note. We're at 57 degrees. We got some fog out there. It's patchy at best. We're working through some showers for tomorrow and Wednesday coming up in your forecast.
Thank you, Greg. And at 5:13, the breaking news in steer clear traffic is the crash on I-65 at Fern Avenue, right there near Trinity Lane. This is just north of the downtown loop, and it does look like we have police still blocking off 3 lanes of traffic. 1 lane barely getting by here. The backup is all the way to the merge of I-65 and I-24. So working to get details about the crash itself. Here's another perspective, the back view of the crash, if you will. If you're coming in from north of town, I would recommend Dickerson Pike or Ellington Parkway as good detours. A win for Nikki Haley as she gets a primary under her belt. We'll tell you where that happened and what it could mean as Super Tuesday approaches tomorrow. Plus, let's talk sports and the Preds over
Congressman. politicians.
South Dakota, freedom works here.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning, where we continue to keep you updated on the breaking news in North Nashville. We've had a man killed in an apartment complex in the Bordeaux area. You can see on the map here just off Buena Vista Pike. We'll give you a live look now as we continue to work to get updates. We do have our photojournalist Kevin out there. We understand he is in communication with some of these investigators to try to get you an update. Not much coming in right now. Here's what we know so far. One person shot and killed in what looks to be the Overlook Ridge Apartments. We do not have any word of a potential suspect, and we're also working to find out the identity of the person killed. So as soon as those updates start rolling in, and they will throughout the course of the morning, we'll take you back out here live. Updates from over the weekend and some national headlines. Republican candidate Nikki Haley secures her first primary win of the 2024 season, and she did that in D.C. Nikki Haley winning all 19 delegates at stake in our nation's capital. So this win prevents Donald Trump from sweeping all Republican primary contests, but it is still expected that the former president will pick up hundreds more delegates in the upcoming Super Tuesday races, and that's again tomorrow. Now, regardless of the previous losses, Nikki Haley says she is staying in the race at least through tomorrow. And on Super Tuesday, Nikki Haley, President Biden, and former President Trump will be showing up on the ballots right here in Tennessee, along with 14 other states. History made at Bridgestone Arena. Let's bring it here close to home as the Preds win Saturday, marking their 8th straight win. And a good portion of that is thanks to Nashville's Cody Glass. The Preds hosting division rivals Colorado Avalanche when the right winger Glass decided to have a game. So good. He ended up being announced the player as we are now in the back half of the season and trying to clinch Lord Stanley.
Yeah, it's that playoff push.
Yeah.
And 8 in a row is only going to help you because they're kind of on that bubble still of if they're going to make it in or not. So just keep stacking them up together. Let's go for 10. 8 goes to 10, and you keep going from there. Taking a look here back home, we are at 57 degrees, comfortably warm, and we're going to be in the mid-70s this afternoon. So from start to finish, nothing to worry about when it comes to heavy coats. You may catch a little bit of fog out there this morning, though, so keep that in mind. Areas of patchy fog. Watch out for potholes. Temperatures are going to keep us in the 50s until about 9 o'clock this morning. I would just say use caution because we know even a little bit of fog can go a long way for giving us quite a bit of problems. Use the low beams if you encounter any of it. Keep that in mind. Even when the sun comes up, if you're in a foggy area, it helps people know when they're coming in your direction that you're there. Just in general, will help everyone out. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast. Decently warm the entire week. 76 degrees today, 73 tomorrow. Upper 60s to round out the week Wednesday through Friday. Nighttime temperatures hold steady in the 50s all week long. No temperatures that are even close to freezing. However, there is a percentage chance for rain every single day of the week for someone on the map. Someone's getting rain every day. We'll have the best and most likely locations for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday coming up in 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a look at that crash on I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass. We've been dealing with what started as a crash just over on the shoulder. Didn't seem to be a big deal, but at some point during the cleanup stage of that first crash, something else happened. Another crash happened, which resulted in the shutting down of several lanes here on 65 as you make your way in. So 3 lanes shut down right now. They have 1 lane on the outside that is open. This is coming inbound. So if you're coming in from Madison, from Hendersonville, from Goodlettsville, let me show you what you're in for. This looks like what it normally looks like at around 7:30, not 5:30. So they've got a large backup here, and you can see TDOT's moving the camera, showing the extent of that backup. Looks like it cuts off right about there. So as soon as you hit that junction coming into town is where the slowdown is. You want to use Ellington Parkway, Dickerson Pike. Those are going to be your best bets in order to steer clear until they are able to open up more lanes and get all of this out of the way.
Justin, thank you. 5:21 is the time right now. Should you be able to hold up a protest sign inside the Tennessee State House? Lawmakers right now working on a law that
Listens without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
6:24 is the time. New this morning, Tennessee lawmakers are wanting to make some changes to the law that would give them more power to determine exactly what happens in the Tennessee floor and the galleries. Last year, you may remember that there were protest signs held up at the Tennessee State House, a lot of times in the galleries. Now, lawmakers didn't seem to like that a lot, and they banned those signs, calling them a disruption. But a Tennessee judge overrode that particular ruling, saying that that particular law was a violation of people's First Amendment rights, and the signs returned. Well, now state lawmakers are trying to craft a law so that a Tennessee judge would have less say over whether or not those signs could come back at all, forcing people to go to the federal level if they want to protest the signs being there in the State House in the first place.
If someone is claiming a constitutional challenge under the First Amendment to a rule that this House adopts, it can be filed in federal district court. Also, attached to that claim can be a claim that one of our rules, one of our House rules, violates the state or federal constitution. Then federal district courts have the authority under our rules to certify that question directly to the Tennessee Supreme Court.
But what you are recommending, from what I am understanding, is that all rules related to our House procedures, all the things that we are doing, whether that be discriminating against members, would be resolved by the Tennessee General Assembly, which is very problematic.
Now, this law did pass that particular committee and will need to move on to the full Tennessee House. Of course, all of these things need to be passed by not just the House, but also the Senate, and then signed in by the governor.
5:25, looking at your forecast, and I told you got a chance for some rain, so let's try to find any little speck we can for today. This morning, not worried about it. We have the fog we have to work through, but that's pretty much it in a fairly overcast sky. But late morning into early afternoon, 1 p.m., little dots of green here on Future Track. And what it basically tells us is the little areas that get a little bit of sunshine have the chance to later in the day develop a possible weak shower or clap or two of thunder. The majority of us aren't going to see anything, so I'm not canceling plans this evening, especially because, take a look, we dry back out, and then we also see temperatures holding steadily in the 60s this evening, and you wake up in the 50s tomorrow morning, just like this morning. However, tomorrow I will be tracking a few pockets of some rain, and that will pick up into the afternoon. If you are east of 65 and south of I-40, you have the best chance for some early afternoon rain. Then that overspreads across the entire viewing area, even possibly a thunderstorm or two if you get out towards southern Kentucky. So the next 24 hours, getting a little more on the ramping up when it comes to rainfall as you're waking up tomorrow.
Circular traffic for you this morning at 5:26. Quick look at that crash there on I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass. You can see how traffic is making its way into town there this morning. No big problems other than the 3 lanes of traffic that are being shut down here and causing a bit of a backup back behind this. Now, crews have been on the scene for the last few minutes here trying to clear this scene, but the backup it's causing is pretty massive. This is about, a mile and a half to 2 miles behind the accident site on 65 at the 24 junction. You can see traffic is a parking lot, and at this point it probably extends all the way back towards Dickerson Pike. The best way to deal with this is going to be Dickerson Pike itself or Ellington Parkway. Either one will help you get around this until they're able to open up all lanes here on 65 coming in from Madison, Goodlettsville, and beyond. Well, coming up, several Tennessee representatives are now pushing for an increase in gun safety. We're going to tell you about the bills that are going to the legislature right now. Plus another bill.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, a report is digging into the use of force by Metro Police, the recommendations, and their response.
We are waking up here with some areas of some patchy fog, not much downtown, but you get away from the Nashville area and those patches are out there. How long they last, and looking ahead to the possibility of a few showers this afternoon.
Steer clear traffic takes us to 65 at the Fern Avenue overpass. More lanes starting to open up after a rough accident that shut them down. We're going to have the very latest on the efforts to steer clear.
All right, a lot going on here. Busy on your Monday morning. We're glad to be here for you to get you through it. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Let's start right now this half hour with the breaking news updates that we're following. Coming in from North Nashville, this is in Bordeaux. We've mapped it out for you, and we've got a live look where police confirm a man has been shot and killed early this morning. It happened on Buena Vista Pike, the address coming back as the Overlook Ridge Apartments, and that's where our Fox 17 photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey is live right now. Here's what we've been able to learn. One man shot and killed. Police currently are looking for whoever is responsible, and we're also working right now to find out the identity of the person who's been killed. We'll update this breaking news story live through 9. A big story that we'll be following in our state capitol this week. Tennessee legislators pushing dozens of firearm-related bills at our capitol. Now, tomorrow, we have 3 separate committees that will start considering a number of those bills. Democrats say they're fed up with what they call a lack of support for, quote, common sense gun legislation. Representative Justin Pearson, a Democrat, says he has 10 firearm safety bills, but claims the committee chair is pushing them back.
The Republican Party is continuously showing us they have no concern about addressing the #1 killer of children in our state. And when putting families first as a Democratic Party, we know that we have to prioritize first things first.
You're also going to hear right now from his Democratic colleague, Representative Justin Jones. By the way, Jones and Pearson, the 2 Tennessee Democrats who were expelled from the legislature last session. Here is Justin Jones sounding off as well.
That there's 2 tactics we're seeing this session when it comes to the crisis of gun violence and legislation. The first one is delay. The second one is to distract us. Every time we try and force a conversation about solutions around the crisis of gun violence, our bills are being delayed, put at the end of the calendar, 3 weeks in a row, keep being pushed down no matter how many times we put them up for notice.
Now, Republican representatives say they are for common sense gun reform. Okay, they're not saying that they don't want to do anything to protect children, as some of the Democrats have claimed, but they want to see common sense gun reform from their end. Fox 17 News will be there and keep you posted on what happens next. And in the meantime, we want to know what you think. Do you think Tennessee needs to pass legislation supporting gun safety, including red flag laws? The poll is live right now. To cast your ballot, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. Operation Crime and Justice this morning. The newly formed Nashville Community Review Board has released recommendations when it comes to Metro Police and the use of force. The board is tasked with holding police accountable and is calling on Metro PD to give more information so they can review use of force incidents by Metro officers. The review board also releasing recommendations calling on police to implement 15 different policy changes immediately. Metro Police tell Fox 17 News their analyst will review this report, and they are going to make sure that they do the right thing, but they're also concerned about whether this report is accurate.
And here we're looking at your forecast at 5:34, taking a look at what we are just kind of planning for this entire week. Showers and storms are possible every day. Today, the driest day of the next 5. So that's at least good for us here, but multiple rounds of rain will move in. By the end of this week, some 2 to 3 inches of rain are possible. Not looking for any severe weather as of right now. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, there will be a few claps of some thunder and some decent downpours, so grab the umbrella and just plan for a little extra time. Your bus stop forecast, 54 degrees at 6 o'clock, 55 at 7, and 57 degrees at 8 a.m. Areas of fog are out there, so watch out for kids at the bus stops this morning and give the buses a little extra room here as they're picking up the kids. Take a look. Future track for this morning. Not going to give us any rain, but the afternoon will give us 1 or 2 little pop-up showers. Nothing to write home about for today, and most of us aren't going to see a drop of rain. Those of us that do, very quick-lived as we go throughout the morning hours and toward the afternoon. 76 degrees later today, 73 tomorrow. Right now we are in the 50s, and we'll talk Tuesday and Wednesday shower and storm timing coming up in 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning, improving situations out there on I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass, making that drive down from the north side. As you can see, traffic there resumed normal. This is after there were all 4 lanes shut down a little bit earlier. Thankfully, they've cleared them all, so we're doing much better there on the north side, and you can get down from Madison and Goodlettsville and Hendersonville much better. There's still a backup that's still going to be out there on 65 at the 24 junction as you make that drive in, so be aware about that. You want to take Ellington Parkway or Dickerson Pike for the next few minutes to try and steer clear, but this backup will start to ease up now that all lanes are now open.
Justin, thank you very much. 5:36 is your time right now, and boy, more fallout from that Boeing debacle in the air. We have folks who are now suing Boeing over that door that popped out mid-flight. And we take you this morning to the Galapagos Islands. Yeah, the place that's most famous.
Law, the real truck lawyers. We'll uncover the true cause of your crash and fight for the compensation you deserve. Call Ponce Law, justice for all.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
Good morning, 5:39 right now, taking a look at some national headlines for you. The saga continues this morning after a door blew open mid-flight on an Alaskan Airlines plane. We now have 3 people on board at the time who are suing big time. Boeing manufactured that 737 MAX 9 jet. This lawsuit for $1 billion against Boeing and Alaskan Air claims that those 3 people suffered mental, emotional, and psychological injuries. 2 months ago, that exit door came loose from the plane minutes into flight from Portland, Oregon to Ontario. Boeing already being sued by its shareholders and is still under investigation by both the NTSB and the FAA. World headlines now. Check this out. A volcano in the Galapagos Islands has erupted. This is the La Cumbre volcano. This is on an island where nobody lives, but there are so many rare species of animals, including the giant tortoise. This is the 4th time the volcano has erupted since 2017, but the government of Ecuador, which oversees everything here on the Galapagos Islands, says that this is likely the largest eruption that they have seen in the last several years.
Good morning, Tim. Right now it's 5:40. Taking a look at the forecast, fog, and then a little bit of a breeze later on today. But I say catch a breeze at 75 degrees and you don't have much rain. It's a pretty good looking day. And I don't mean windy by any means, but just a little subtle southerly breeze to bring in those warmer temperatures throughout the afternoon hours. Exercise forecast, whether it's indoor or outdoor, nothing slowing you down this morning, but watch for morning runners that are getting through their routine with that patchy fog that's out there. 55 degrees at 7, 57 at 8 a.m. and 62 at 9 o'clock. The temperature is going to continue to soar into the middle 70s. Speaking of other things up in the sky, let's find some raindrops falling down here. 1 p.m., a couple of little pop-up showers, maybe a weak thunderstorm. I want to focus more on tonight into tomorrow. We'll roll you all the way through your Monday night. We'll wake you up here at 4 o'clock and go to 7 a.m. A little more coverage. I'll be tracking a couple showers for you tomorrow morning as you're waking up on your Tuesday. And then rain begins to overspread from south to north throughout early to middle afternoon. Expect a few showers and storms to be possible on the radar. Is it guaranteed you get one in your backyard? No, but be prepared for a pretty good possibility of rain at some point Tuesday into Wednesday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. We've picked up another crash. This one's I-24 Haywood Lane, making that drive in from Antioch this morning. We've got slight slowdowns there as they have closed off that right shoulder as well as that right-hand lane there. Should make that drive in from Smyrna, Laverne, and Antioch there this morning. Of course, traffic is going to crowd up there anyway because more and more people are going to get out there on the roads. Right now, though, you can still use Murfreesboro Road to steer clear. Antioch Pike, a good way to steer clear. No school zones at 5:42 in the morning. So that's a good way to deal with it.
At 5:42, a rise in home insurance rates. Have you noticed the escrow on your home has gone up? Maybe you owe more. Well, you're not alone, but we're going to tell you how you can save some money. And the Western Wallop, the newest snow video coming.
24-hour allergy relief.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, where we just got an update to the breaking news of a deadly shooting in North Nashville. Our Fox 17 photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey is out there now giving us a live look from the location just off Buena Vista Pike. This is the Overlook Ridge Apartments. And Kevin was telling me just moments ago that investigators have now shown up. What we've seen for the last 2 hours have been Metro Police, crime scene first responders who get that call out. And now Kevin tells me that he is seeing investigators who have just shown up on the scene. So you can see a few folks milling about. Those would be some of the investigators looking for clues as to what happened this morning. Right around 3:40, when police first got the calls of shots fired. So they get there and they find that one person had been shot. That person has died. We understand that they are still trying to get information about a potential suspect. So as that comes in, we'll bring you updates live through 9. Right now, over the last year or two, we have seen the price of everything go up, and that includes our home insurance premiums. And in some cases, they have skyrocketed, going up about 40% for some homeowners. Jen Sullivan showing us now what's behind that rate hike and how you could save some money.
When disaster strikes, home insurance is there to help cover some of the costs.
Your home is one of your largest assets, and in the insurance industry, it's wise and prudent to protect that asset.
But the price of that protection is becoming more expensive. Home insurance broker Travis Hodges says he's seeing an average increase of 27% year over year. And in some cases, the cost of insuring your home can go even higher.
We've heard as much as 40.
So what's causing the price hike? Hodges says there are a few reasons. 1. Changing weather patterns and events, such as tornadoes and wildfires. 2. The cost of materials has gone up, so it costs more to fix any damage. 3. Property values have risen. Let's look at those numbers for a moment. In January, the median home sale price was $379,100, according to the National Association of Realtors. That's 5.1% higher than January of last year, and it's the 7th month in a row home prices have gone up.
Everything else has gone up. Insurance has just mirrored that and been proportionate.
So what can you do to save money? If you're willing to increase your deductible by as much as $500, Hodges says you can save anywhere from 15 to 20% and shop around for different policies.
We actually do that proactively for our clients. Every time there's a renewal, we let them know what other options are out there.
And remember, flood insurance is a separate plan. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Jen, thank you. Want to take you out west right now and show you the latest video coming in as so many people are digging out from days worth of blizzard conditions. And some of the video is it's wild. We're talking winds of more than 100 miles an hour at places like Mammoth Mountain. Now, in case you're not familiar with the West Coast, even though we know a lot of you here are transplants from the West Coast, Mammoth Mountain is about 5 hours north of LA. All right, which is also north of Fresno even. And we have feet of snow, several feet of snow in some cases. Those high winds making it nearly impossible to see. And Greg is here to tell us when they might get a little bit of a break and how our forecast is looking as we get into this brand new work week.
Yeah, break for them is going to be a few more days.
Wow.
I mean, they've got 10 tank snow plows and only 2 of them work now. In some areas.
But this, and I know it's a lot and it's not something like most of us have ever experienced, but this is crucial for their rain. You shouldn't say rain levels, but their water levels out there. They depend on snow just like this to get them through the rest of the year as it trickles down.
All the melt comes back down off of the upper elevations. And then we have your drinking water. We have water for any crops might be around there, or just in general, they need this decent snowpack. Now, do they want foot upon foot upon foot all at once? Maybe not. But the after effect, when it begins to melt, will be very helpful. Taking a look downtown, no fog in the immediate downtown area, but there definitely have been some patches out there. We are warm. We're all clear for our code red threat level. So that's a nice way to start off a Monday. Temperatures right side of your screen, even during the commercial breaks through 9 o'clock, going to keep us in the 50s and then eventually 60s. Here are the high temperatures. Today's going to be 75. This is your Tuesday. 73, and then we'll hover in the middle 60s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Subtle dip into the weekend. Problem is, every one of these days in the next 6 has a chance for some rain in the forecast. We don't all see rain every day, but there will be things we're tracking. every day this week, and we'll keep piecing it all together for you. Coming up in the next check of the forecast, just know that today, dry for about 95% of us, and those that get the rain, very short-lived for an hour.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. A couple of crashes have now cleared up. That includes on I-24 near Haywood Lanes. You make that drive in through Antioch. We were just dealing with that crash over on the shoulder. Not anymore. It's out of there. Looking okay now in there from the Antioch area. Also watching the traffic getting a little bit better from the north side after that earlier crash has shut down the Interstate 65 at the 24 junction. Things still slow. You can use Ellington Parkway or perhaps Dickerson Pike to steer clear.
Justin, thank you. Well, it is award season, and if you have a lot of knowledge about the movies and the award season, you could win some extra cash by playing our new contest. It's Hollywood Trivia. So grab your phone right now and scan that QR code that's on your screen, and you could have the chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. You get the question right for today, and you could win that prize. The daily winner's also eligible for a chance to win the weekly $5,000 grand prize. So again, if you've got some knowledge about Hollywood, award shows, and movies, scan that QR code right now for your chance to win. A country star surprising folks at Nashville's airport, but listen, it's Nashville. Are we ever surprised when these folks show up? We're going to take you to the airport and show you who gave that performance. You might recognize it from a distance just by the hair. And would you jump into a cold lake?
Shop one of the year's biggest furniture sales. Get 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local Ashley.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance.
Warning you to weather that will impact your life.
Our forecast pinpoint a storm's path, showing when it will hit your neighborhood. That's where we already are. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Warning you up to 3 days in advance.
So, when we call a Code Red weather alert,
know we're providing you with the information needed to prepare and stay safe.
you're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
The Fox 17 Code Red weather app, your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Download the Fox 17 News Code Red weather app now.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville. 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 You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance.
Warning you to weather that will impact your life.
Our forecast pinpoint a storm's path, showing when it will hit your neighborhood. That's where we already are. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Warning you up to 3 days in advance.
So, when we call a code red weather alert,
Know we're providing you with the information needed to prepare and stay safe.
you're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
The Fox 17 Code Red Weather app, your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Download the Fox 17 News Code Red Weather app now.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville. 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 You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance.
Warning you to weather that will impact your life.
Our forecast pinpoint a storm's path, showing when it will hit your neighborhood. That's where we already are. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Using our Code Red alerts up to 3 days in advance. This low pressure system looks like it will be arriving in Brentwood at 4:15 on Wednesday.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects.
Fox 17 News, your code red station.
Your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Warning you up to 3 days in advance.
So, when we call a code red weather alert,
Know we're providing you with the information needed to prepare and stay safe.
Now been more than 4 years since devastating tornadoes swept through Middle Tennessee. We'll show you how people have remembered our losses from that day and the recovery efforts still underway.
And we're waking up with some fog and temperatures that are in the 50s. A fairly rainy, if not stormy week ahead of us. I'll time it out day by day.
Steer clear traffic continuing to follow that crash on 24 Bell Road. We're going to tell you about the best ways to steer clear.
Already a busy start to your Monday morning. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 17 News. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica Glover is off today. We begin with the breaking news coming to us this morning from North Nashville. This is from Bordeaux, where we have confirmation a man has been shot and killed at an apartment complex just off Buena Vista Pike. We have a live look right now from our photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey, and getting a little better picture here as the sun is coming up. We know that the call came out from the Overlook Ridge Apartments around 3:40 this morning of shots fired. Within about the last 30 minutes, investigators have now shown up. We are working to find out the identity of the person shot and killed. Also working to find out who police might be looking for in connection to this. And as we get more updates, we'll be bringing them to you every few minutes live through 9. It was Monday morning a week ago when the calls went out from Hendersonville, reports of a 15-year-old who was missing. His name's Sebastian Rogers. He has autism, and ever since a week ago today, authorities in that community have gone through intense searches in Sumner County. His family telling investigators that Sebastian walked away from his home in the Shackle Island community, and since then, no reports of seeing this boy who does have autism. Our Fox 17 News photojournalist Madison Spraker is giving us a live look this morning from Hendersonville, specifically the Shackle Island community. This is Command Central. This is where investigators have been set up from day one. And you can see it's foggy there this morning. These first responder crews have had to work through all kinds of elements. We have had storms. We have had below freezing temperatures. We have fog this morning. And we've learned now that their search has covered a 5-mile radius all around Beach High School. This command post is at the Shackle Island Volunteer Fire and Rescue, which is right across from Beach High School on Long Hollow Pike. It's also just up the road from Sebastian's home. We know more than 400 people have scoured this area. And the Sumner County Sheriff's Office not confirming any sighting of Sebastian. It would appear he just vanished in the middle of the night. No witnesses reported seeing him. No cameras picking him up. Tracking dogs have not even reported a scent from Sebastian Rogers. His family declining to speak to the media, but we have learned that the mom and the stepdad did talk to a podcast over the weekend. Detectives communicate with the family daily, and community members continue to chip in. They're out there helping with searches. They're passing out flyers. They're sharing on social media. They're showing up to feed all of these first responders every day.
I just think as a community, we're all concerned. We're all hoping for the best outcome. It's been 6 days, so we're just hoping we can get some sort of lead.
All right, folks living in that area still being asked to check your property twice a day. Go in pairs so you don't get confused or get lost if you're in a wooded area. And also, by the way, these investigators have said by now, Sebastian could have made it many miles outside of that search radius. So they're asking folks in Robertson County and Davidson County to also be on the lookout. Mentioned the fog impacting the search efforts this morning there in Hendersonville. Greg, I know you've got a lot of things to get to this morning,
Yes.
but the least of which is just remembering the tornadoes from, 4 years ago.
Yeah, this was that day. I mean, it was the night of the 2nd to the 3rd, and then the 4th was that second day where we're waking up for the second time going, what just happened? And here's the broad strokes. If you are brand new to the area or you weren't living here 4 years ago, we had a very devastating tornado outbreak across the area too. Really rough tornadoes. One of them tracked through the northern Nashville area, the Germantown area, out toward East Nashville, Mount Juliet, continued almost right along I-40, lifted off the ground, then came back down as an EF4 in Cookeville. We lost 26 lives throughout the entire course of the overnight. 19 of those from the EF4 that was out there. So it has completely changed the landscape of how everything looks across many of our neighborhoods and just how we treat severe weather in general. We know we can have tornadoes at any time of the year. We're talking even the winter months. We can have outbreaks, and we have over the last couple of years. And we're entering this March, April, May period where the bulk of our tornadoes over the last 200 years have happened. Nothing in the forecast indicating any severe weather. We've got some fog here, though, for us this morning. Keep that in mind. The foggy areas, there are patches that are out there. We've still got more patches of potholes or potholes that need to be patched. Taking a look here, I would just say just be a little bit cautious as you're heading out the door with temperatures that are in the 50s to start off this morning.
Steer clear traffic for you. Let's get a quick look at what we're following out there, and that includes on I-24 at Bell Road. We got a crash there on the shoulder of the road, not causing big delays, just minor ones. Something to watch out for as you make that drive down from the areas around Smyrna, around Laverne, Rutherford County, Antioch, making that drive in. A crash here on the shoulder, but traffic still getting by without a whole lot of issues. Same can be said over here in Donaldson, looking very nice over there near the airport. Seeing a little fog over there in the distance, though, so heads up on that as the fog has been in and out of our lives this morning for the last little bit. Overall drive times, everybody in the green so far. The time for Murfreesboro is starting to tick up, though, but everybody remains normal as we get started with our 6 o'clock hour.
Justin, thanks. At the top of the hour, we told you about the continued search for Sebastian Rogers in Sumner County. We have an update now to the search that had been going on for another missing person, trying to find Emily Bradley. And sadly, that search came to a tragic end over the weekend. Metro Police confirmed that Ms. Bradley's body was found in the Whites Creek area near Buena Vista Pike. The 44-year-old from Nashville reported missing February 21st. The medical examiner's office says the cause of death appears to be blunt force trauma. Detectives are continuing to search for Bradley's missing gray Chevrolet Cruze with a Florida license plate and a noticeable dent on the trunk. Anyone with information in her death or her whereabouts, please, you can call police or even 911 if you have urgent information. Greg mentioned it just a moment ago, and in case you were not here 4 years ago, this is a somber anniversary for Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, because 4 years ago, going into the night of March 2nd and the morning of March 3rd, we had 7 tornadoes rip across this area. People here waking up March 3rd to scenes like what you are looking at right here on your screen. That looks to be Donaldson Christian School. So many communities deeply impacted here by the tornadoes. 25 people lost their lives just here in the Mid-State. And we had the Mount Juliet community coming together yesterday, marking the anniversary with a remembrance ceremony. Community members there laying a wreath in honor of the 3 people who died in Wilson County. Their family members all gathering to honor and remember Brandy Barker and James and Donna Eaton, who died when the tornado hit Mount Juliet. 6:07 is the time right now, and Fox 17 News digging into the question about whether you should be able to hold up a protest sign in the Tennessee State House. Should
And whatever you're facing, you'll always come out right.
Social media filters and mental health.
Tonight on Fox 17 News at 9.
.610 is the time, and new this morning, lawmakers are wanting to make a change so that a law would give them more power to determine exactly what happens in the House floor. Not just on the House floor, though, in the galleries and committee hearings, all kinds of things. You may remember last year, people held up protest signs, a lot like these back here. And there were some lawmakers who didn't like the fact they were holding up signs like this, and so they banned them inside of the committee rooms, inside of the House gallery. But now a federal judge, or a state judge in this case, has decided that the signs could stay. They say they are part of people's First Amendment rights. Well, now lawmakers are working on a brand new law. They say they have the power to institute whatever rules they want to without the state court's review. To say there was pushback is an understatement.
I cannot believe that we are actually arguing about whether or not we are going to make it so that our legislature would not be able to have judicial review. That our rules, which we know oftentimes can be problematic, which we know can abridge the rights of people, we would not be allowing the public. We would not be allowing the public to go to court to ensure that their rights are being retained.
It's not a question of what I want. It's a question of what the Constitution says. And our Constitution vests the authority to make rules in the House and the Senate. It gives them that authority exclusively. And the idea that this body is going to adopt rules that are unconstitutional is simply far-fetched. That's never happened. So if the answer to if your question is, do I want judicial review of rules that we adopt? The answer obviously is no.
Well, this bill did pass committee and is expected to reach the House floor. We'll let you know exactly what the vote is when they have one.
6:12 your time, taking a look at your forecast, starting off here on a Monday morning with some warm tones, but also a not so clear picture. We do have some areas of some fog, and you can see it here in the distance on our camera, our city view camera, and this is going to be how we look on and off throughout this morning. We might look at this camera in 15 minutes and the fog is gone, but we haven't developed somewhere else, so watch out for a few patches of it here this morning. And we're looking at future track carrying us into late morning, early afternoon. A few pop-up light rain showers are possible, and 1 or 2 of those could give you a quick little rumble of thunder, but look at how tiny they are. Not going to last long. If you get a few raindrops, it's not the sign of an entire day worth of rain. They'll be out of your area pretty quickly, and most of that is going to bubble up east of I-65. We're dry going into the first half of the overnight, but tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock through 7, rain showers begin to pick up once again. We're going to pick up right here at 7 a.m. tomorrow and working through a fairly active Tuesday and Wednesday in the next check of your forecast.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-24 at Bell Road. That's where we are dealing with the crash over there on the shoulder that continues to hang with us. This crash has been with us for the last little bit here, not causing huge delays, just something to be aware of as you get out and about there, making that drive in from Antioch, from Smyrna, and from Laverne. Drive times remain very tame right now. Coming in from Murfreesboro, we will continue to watch things on the roads for you. Well, a win for Nikki Haley as she's awarded Washington, D.C.'s Republican primary delegates. We're going to tell you what this could mean as she and others approach Super Tuesday. Plus, the Nashville Predators had a super weekend. They got their win streak up
today and schedule a visit. Dairy Berry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
Code Red alerts from Fox 17 News, your Code Red weather station.
6:15 right now. We continue to work to get more information on the breaking news. Deadly shooting in North Nashville this morning. This is just off Buena Vista Pike at an apartment complex there. Metro confirming to Fox 17 News that a man was killed around 3:40 this morning is when the calls first came in for the shooting at the Overlook Ridge Apartments. We know that within the last hour, crime scene investigators have shown up. We have not seen a whole lot of activity in the last few minutes, but still a lot of police tape here in this neighborhood. We know that police are still working to identify the victim and any potential word on a shooter who might be responsible. So we'll be working to get you those breaking news updates every few minutes. Right now, in some national headlines, getting you caught up from over the weekend. In case you missed it, Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley gets her first primary win of the season from Washington, D.C. Nikki Haley winning all 19 delegates at stake there. This prevents Mr. Donald Trump from sweeping all the Republican contests, but still expected that the former president will pick up hundreds more delegates tomorrow. Tomorrow's Super Tuesday. And regardless of her previous losses, Nikki Haley says she is staying in the race until at least tomorrow. Now, as for Super Tuesday, Nikki Haley, President Biden, and former President Trump will all show up on ballots here in Tennessee, 14 other states as well. Now, in an unusual update this morning to the Supreme Court's calendar, the justices are signaling that they will do at least one ruling today, at least give one decision. The High Court never says in advance which opinion it will issue, but the timing here is just one day before Super Tuesday, when Mr. Trump's name is set to appear on ballots in 15 states and the American Samoa, and that includes Colorado, which had found the former president's White House bid unconstitutional because they say of his role in the January 6th riots. Now, Mr. Trump challenged that ruling, but the Supreme Court took it up. So, could that be the case where they make a decision today? Very likely could. They've already heard some of the arguments over the last month, so we'll be the first to let you know when the Supreme Court brings down a decision there. Now we go to Texas on an update for the Smokehouse Creek fire. This thing is just burning out of control. It has burned for more than a week now, the biggest in U.S. history. This Smokehouse Creek fire has scorched more than 1 million acres. The blaze now the largest on record. Just some of the unbelievable destruction there. The video new coming in this morning. We've also learned that 2 people have died as a result of these fires. Cattle ranches and homes devastated. Since this started about a week ago, firefighters have only been able to contain it about 15%, and a cold front set to roll in today that could improve the weather conditions. 6:18 and back here at home, history made at Bridgestone Arena. The Preds win Saturday, marking their 8th straight win, and a lot of that thanks to Cody Glass hosting the division rival Colorado Avalanche over the weekend, and Glass decided to have a day. He ended up player of the game, and let's watch here to see why. 6:19 is the time right now, and Greg, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed. The hat trick. Eight wins in a row. Do you know where a hat trick comes from?
I've heard the story before, but you're going to have to refresh my memory.
It comes from cricket. If one person scores 3 times in a row, they would give them a little bowler's cap. And they would call it the hat trick because they scored 3 in a row. So there you go. Random fact of the day, and something else just left your brain. So there you are. You're welcome for that one. Taking a look here. We're at 6:20. I promised you I'd leave you right off here where we stopped and continue the process. 7 a.m. tomorrow, chance for rain begins to bubble up a little bit. We're going to see a few of these little pop-ups that we have to contend with. I'll be definitely tracking in real time anything that does start to fire on the radar as you're waking up tomorrow. But by 1 p.m., especially east of I-65 and even trickling into southern Kentucky, a few showers and weak thunderstorms move in, and then they take over much more of the area here throughout the afternoon and evening. Are we all guaranteed to see a lot of rain? No, but I would bet on getting at least a shower or weak storm over the course of tomorrow afternoon. afternoon into the overnight hours. Here's 8 p.m. tomorrow, and then going into your Wednesday morning, even rainier Wednesday morning than tomorrow morning. So you're going to have back-to-back days where you're out the door with the umbrella using the windshield wipers and having to plan for maybe adding an extra 10 minutes or so to getting out the door early. 76 degrees this afternoon, 73 tomorrow, 66 on Wednesday, 67 on Thursday, and we'll keep those 60s riding into the weekend. Don't forget, we spring forward Saturday night into Sunday. You lose that hour of sleep, but you get that extra hour of daylight at the end of the day starting on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at I-24 Bell Road. That's where we are following a crash there on the shoulder that has traffic moving, and it's not causing a huge deal, just something to be aware of as you make that drive in from Antioch, from Smyrna, from Laverne. You're doing okay. The drive time remaining very stable this morning, despite the fact there is this crash here on the shoulder. I think they're waiting on tow trucks at this point to come get this first car out of the way so they can move on. Other than that, if you've got a flight this morning, you're in great shape at I-40 there at Dallas and Pike near the airport. One disabled vehicle here on the shoulder. Other than that, though, you're good to go out there. We'll continue to watch things for you, let you know exactly what we find.
6:21 right now. Breaking news coming in as the European Union has just fined Apple nearly $2 billion for unfairly favoring its own music streaming service over rivals. The European Union says that Apple banned app developers from informing iOS users about cheaper music subscriptions. Yeah, there are other options out there, folks. And doing that, the EU says, is illegal under antitrust rules. They say Apple has been doing this for almost a decade. We will be monitoring the fallout as a result. Nashville SC taking on their second Major League Soccer matchup this season. We'll tell you how they didn't lose even after a huge whoops moment. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 17 News this morning. Glad to have you here on this Monday morning.
Brakes starting at just $100. Alignment starting at $59.99.
Social media filters and mental health.
Tonight on Fox 17 News at 9.
Good morning, 6:25 is your time right now. Nashville SC advancing to the round of 16 of the Champions Cup thanks to a win Thursday. Well, over the weekend, Saturday night, the boys in gold returned to MLS play, playing the Colorado Rapids on the road, and this was a weird one. It did not look good early. Shaq Moore, who is with Nashville SC, accidentally heads the ball into our goal. Goes right over the head of Joe Willis. They can't believe what happened. So our error gave Colorado a 1-0 lead. And then it wasn't looking good for a while for Nashville SC, but we managed to get lucky thanks to that. You can't touch the ball and play there, and Colorado did that, so it gave us an opportunity in the penalty box, and Teal Burnberry able to capitalize on that mistake. Nashville finishes in a 1-1 draw. Greg is working on a few of your weather story headlines behind the scenes right now, so I wanted to just quickly give you your bus stop forecast for all of you who are going to get the kids out here in the next few minutes. Just know that temperatures are mild to start the day. 55 degrees by 7 o'clock, 57 by 8, and then by the time the kids are planted firmly in school this morning, 62 degrees. Now, worth noting that we have several school districts that are out today for work days, like I'm thinking Robertson County. Robertson County schools are out today for a work day, and then a lot of our public schools are out tomorrow because of voting in the presidential primary. So we'll keep an eye on things for you, though, here as we are live through 9. Here's a look at traffic now with Justin.
All right, everyone, steer clear traffic out there this morning. Let's get to I-24 Bell Road as you make that drive out there. Coming in from the south and east side, as you can see, traffic is moving along. It's okay. We do have a crash there on the shoulder, but overall, it's not causing big delays there this morning. Happy to report that coming in from Antioch, Smyrna, and Laverne. This is the biggest thing we're working on because elsewhere we're doing okay. You got that early morning flight. We're doing all right there at the airport. Some slight fog over here on the shoulder, but overall, not causing any big deals. Overall drive times, everybody's still in the green so far as you get out there this morning.
6:27 right now. We have some Tennessee representatives who are pushing for increased gun safety in our state. The bills.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. 6:30 is the time right now, and a foggy start here in the Mid-State. You can see it on our live camera looking into downtown Nashville. We'll show you a few other spots where the fog might be thick this morning. I know it was a little thick coming in from north of town, so we'll show you where that's popping, plus a live look and steer clear traffic right now.
Yeah, steer clear traffic on I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway, starting to see a bit of a backup, and that drive time has spiked. We're going to tell you more about that in a few.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Let's get straight to the breaking news updates. Coming this morning from the European Union, they just fined Apple nearly $2 billion. They say for unfairly favoring their own music streaming service over rivals. The EU says that Apple banned different developers from informing specifically iOS, in other words, Apple users, about cheaper music subscriptions, because yes, they are out there, but you might not have ever known that, because the EU says they were specifically targeting other apps and making theirs the top priority. So the EU says this is illegal and that Apple has been doing this for almost a decade. How this might play out, we'll be following those developments here for you live through 9 a.m. And more breaking news right now here closer to home. We go to North Nashville, the Bordeaux community just off Buena Vista Pike, where we understand investigators are now on the scene trying to piece together what led to a man's death early this morning. They got the calls around 3:40 to Buena Vista Pike, the 2400 block, which comes back as the Overlook Ridge Apartments. You can see the crime scene tape is still up here this morning. Right now, nobody's in custody. And again, one person is dead. We're working to learn the identity of the person killed and who, if anybody, police are looking for. More updates on breaking news live through 9. Tennessee lawmakers are pushing dozens of firearm-related bills at our state capitol. And looking ahead to tomorrow, we have 3 separate committees that'll take up a number of those bills. Some Democrats say they're fed up with the lack of support for what they call common sense gun legislation. 2 in particular who were expelled last session for unruly behavior, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson.
The Republican Party is continuously showing us that they have no concern about addressing the #1 killer of children in our state. And when putting families first as a Democratic Party, we know that we have to prioritize first things first.
And here's his colleague sounding off as well.
That there's 2 tactics we're seeing this session when it comes to the crisis of gun violence and legislation. The first one is delay. The second one is to distract us. Every time we try and force a conversation about solutions around the crisis of gun violence, our bills are being delayed, put at the end of the calendar, 3 weeks in a row, keep being pushed down no matter how many times we put them up for notice.
Now, it is important to note that several Republican lawmakers here in our state have said they are on board with these common sense measures. And in fact, recent research from Vanderbilt University shows among lawmakers in Tennessee, a majority of Republicans do support. There is bipartisan support for some kind of common sense gun reform. We'll be following the action as it happens from the Capitol live this week. And in the meantime, we were curious to know what you think. Do you think Tennessee needs to pass legislation supporting gun safety like red flag laws? Right now, 73.9% of you say no. This poll is live and active right now. To cast your vote, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. You can vote and leave us a comment. Also happening here in our state capitol, we have lawmakers considering a bill that would make it easier for people who are legally blind to vote in Tennessee from their homes. In other words, they would not have to go through getting to the polls to vote in person. Right now, people with visual impairments need somebody to take them to the polls on Election Day. They have to be assisted through the process. A lot of times, someone will read the ballot for them and physically vote for them as well. But this bill would allow the state to send these people an absentee ballot so that they can mark their vote and mail it back, for example, like members of our military would do if they're overseas. This bill is moving forward now in the House. It's already been approved by the Senate.
6:35 your time, taking a look at your forecast, moving ourselves through a Monday and a unfortunate, annoying week of rain ahead of us here. When I say it, it's because it's not going to be severe weather, but many chunks of our day when you want to try to make plans, whether it's just getting out the door, getting the kids to school in the morning, or after school activities, any evening plans in general, a lot of rain coming your way. 2 to 3 inches worth of rain by the end of this week. We're starting very warm. We're in the 50s. We'll be at 75 degrees this afternoon. No signs of severe weather, though. So if we're going to have to get the rain, which we could use some of the rain, at least we'll keep the aggressive type weather away from us. Days away, we're now down to 15. Got to scratch one number off there. 15 days away until spring. And it sure feels like it already. 58 degrees is your live look over Lower Broadway here. And we're going to continue to see temperatures quickly climb now that our sun is edging its way over the horizon. Taking a look. Gusts up to 15 miles per hour today, though. A little bit breezy at times. Keep that in mind. You'll notice it, but it's a warm breeze out of the south. 76 degrees your temperature later on this afternoon. An afternoon shower question mark. Not all of us get rain. Most of us don't see a drop of rain today, but we'll take a look at that on Future Track. Now, tonight into tomorrow and Wednesday, a much more opportune chance for some widespread showers and weak thunderstorms. So in the next 72 hours, that is the focus coming up in the next check of your Code Red forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us to I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you make that drive into town this morning, things starting to bunch up and slow down as you make that drive in from Antioch, Smyrna, and Laverne this morning. Looking okay, not great, but okay. Let me show you the drive times quickly here because a couple of them have jumped up recently. 62 minutes, so now over an hour coming in from Murfreesboro. 61 minutes now from Clarksville. That drive actually not too bad. 28 minutes in from the west side from Kingston Springs as you pass through from Fairview to Bellevue, Belmead, all of that. Not too bad at all. Your drive will continue to watch things for you.
A volcano is erupting this morning, threatening endangered species like the giant tortoise. We'll take you there with new updates in moments. Plus, still to come on Fox 17 News this morning in our 7 o'clock hour, a man accused of hitting a Smyrna teen with his car. Both of her legs had to be amputated. It's an incredible story.
And get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Destin Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It is 6:39. We have an endangered child alert this morning. The TBI right now looking for a 7-year-old girl and her mother. This is from Middle Tennessee, Rutherford County specifically. So here we go. The little girl you saw is Iris Crum. She was last seen March 1st to Murfreesboro near Blue Fox Trail. Police are also, and here's Iris. Police right now also searching for Iris's mother, 30-year-old Kalia Sereda, who was wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for interfering in the custody situation here for little Iris. So again, 7-year-old Iris is missing, considered an endangered child. They're looking for the mom. If you see either one of them, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Looking at some world headlines to kick off your Monday, we go to the Galapagos Islands where a volcano has erupted. And yes, the Galapagos Islands where you find the endangered giant tortoises. This is the La Cumbre volcano. Now, nobody lives on this island, but again, several rare species of animals do call it home, including the giant tortoise. This is the 4th time La Cumbre has erupted since 2017. Ecuador's government says that this is likely the largest of all the ones we have seen recently.
6:40 is our time, and we are not worried about Code Red weather this week, but we are definitely grabbing an umbrella and knowing that each day comes with its own different rain chances, and that comes with timing and who could see the rain. So we're tracking multiple rounds of it, and one of those will be today. Very minor chance for a shower later on this late morning into early afternoon. The bigger story this morning is the fog. It has settled in. It's very patchy and it's very hit and miss, but it is out there. So keep that in mind as we're starting off our day. Future Track is going to keep us fairly cloudy, and that's the case already. Looking toward the afternoon, here is a speck or two of green that will be on the radar. Primarily going to be dry, and then our forecast keeps us relatively dry overnight tonight. If you get any rain or it starts to build up where you're at, it's not the sign of things to come. It will quickly exit the area, and then you should be done for the day. Tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock to 7, rain picks up even more, and the coverage area continues to expand into early afternoon, mainly east of I-65, then settles in across the entire area with scattered showers and storms late afternoon into the overnight hours, taking you into your Wednesday morning. So fairly active starting early in the morning, building throughout the day and taking over. going into the nighttime hours. As of right now, though, there are no indicators of severe weather, so we'll keep our eyes on that for sure. And we'll take a look at a slow dip in temperature going into the upcoming weekend and meet our dog of the day in the next check of the forecast.
Steer clear traffic this morning takes us to Vietnam Vets at Gallatin Pike there on the north side. Traffic starting to creep in there from the places like Hendersonville and Goodlettsville and through Sumner County. Drive time still around 30 minutes. Not too bad coming in from Hendersonville. We're going to check into some other areas of town coming up in a few.
Justin, thank you. The cities in the U.S. with the most people in financial stress. Where does Nashville rank on the list? We'll take a closer look in minutes. Plus, oh, you are a gift.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 17.
All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning. 6:45 is your time. There's a new report out that shows where people in the U.S. are having the hardest time financially right now. And listen, I know everybody is struggling on different levels, but Wallet Hub says Chicago, Houston, New York City, and Los Angeles top the list of cities where people have the most money stress. The report used metrics such as the number of bankruptcy filings, financial accounts that are in forbearance, and search terms on the internet that include the words debt and loans. Okay, where does Nashville stand? Well, Nashville comes in at number 16 on the list. That would rank us higher than cities like San Diego and Washington, D.C. But again, I gave you the metrics and then gave you the list. All in all, everybody's struggling on some level everywhere. Hey, we have a recall alert this morning. A popular dish from Trader Joe's has been recalled because it might contain pieces of hard plastic. Ouch. U.S. regulators say more than 61,000 pounds of their steamed chicken soup dumplings might have plastic that came off of permanent markers. Ended up in the food. The Food Safety and Inspection Service says that if you have the steamed chicken soup dumplings, you see the picture right there on your screen, you can either return them to your local Trader Joe's for a refund or you can throw them away. The good news here, no reports of anybody getting sick or breaking a tooth or losing a crown so far. Getting down to politics here this morning, House and Senate leaders just yesterday released the text of 6 funding bills that Congress has to pass by the end of the week to avoid a government shutdown. What does it spell out in simple terms? Well, if this bill passes, Congress would vote again to fund our government, and the deadline is March 22nd. House Speaker Mike Johnson claiming victory in the first negotiated settlement. His statement said that House Republicans made a lot of cuts to agencies critical to President Biden's agenda. Those budget reductions include a 10% cut to the EPA, a 7% cut to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, that's the ATF, and a 6% cut to the FBI. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer urged Democrats to get behind the bill, saying they're only going to pass with bipartisanship. 6:48 right now. Voting rights are under attack. That was the message from Vice President Kamala Harris as she went to the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama for the marking of 59 years since what's known in history as Bloody Sunday. This is when police attacked hundreds of civil rights protesters in 1965. In a speech earlier yesterday, Attorney General Merrick Garland told parishioners at a Baptist church that recent court decisions have weakened voting rights and the Act of 1965, which passed in the wake of Bloody Sunday.
Those measures include practices and procedures that make voting more difficult, redistricting maps that disadvantage minorities, and changes in voting administration that diminish the authority of locally elected or nonpartisan election administrators. Such measures threatened the foundation of our system of government.
The march and Garland speech were among dozens of events that happened during the Selma Bridge Crossing Jubilee, which started last Thursday and went through yesterday. 10 minutes to 7 o'clock right now. Happy Monday to you. Hope your day is off to a good start. Weather-wise, nice and mild out there. Don't even really need a jacket today.
Not at all. 50s right now. A little bit of fog, but other than that, nothing really to worry about here for the rest of today. This week, we'll get a little more inconvenient, and we won't need the dog boots for the snow. Our dog of the day, Blue, here, sent in by Jesse. Yeah, nothing to worry about.
You're my boy, Blue.
Look at that. He's like, I don't care.
Anybody get the reference?
Yes.
Will Ferrell.
Yes. Taking a look at the forecast going forward. 9 a.m. good for a dog walk. 70 degrees at noon. Even just walk outside or open the windows for a little bit. 3 p.m. 75. There's no excuse to not pick up the leash and take Blue for a walk later today. Maybe give him an extra treat when he gets back inside. The dog walking forecast for the morning hours, a little on the cooler side, 50s to low 60s through 9 a.m. and then upper 60s to low 70s for 11 o'clock to 1. How do you get us your photos? Facebook, that's the way to do it. Meteorologist Greg Bobus, you find the pinned post, and y'all been really good at making sure we know where you're from, giving us your name, and a good quality photo, too, is always helpful. I don't mean what is in the photo, but just a good picture quality. And taking a look here, backyard forecast. Maybe you want to get out there with the kids later on this afternoon. This is fresh out of the oven for you here this morning. 62 will be your temperature. A relatively decent sky for us here, so not much you have to worry about from start to finish of this one. A lot of good things on the way when it comes to temperature, a lot of inconveniences when it comes to rain. If you pop up a shower during the afternoon, it will not last more than maybe a half of an hour. It's not one of those all-day rains. Most of us see nothing and just stay up near 76.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
South Lake Tahoe was among the places in the Sierra Nevada that were pummeled with snow during the weekend. Here's what piled up on Friday and Saturday. More snow fell after, but not as intense. Here's what fell in 4 hours in part of Utah. Also in Utah, excessive high winds put these tumbleweeds on the move, and they overran this community in South Jordan.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-24 Waldron Road, making that drive in from the Laverne area. Good morning out there in Laverne, Rutherford County, making that drive in. It is bumper to bumper, as it typically is right before the 7 o'clock hour out there. This is normal, unfortunately, for the folks driving in from this particular direction of town, and they know that coming in from this morning. So it's going to take you a solid hour getting in from Murfreesboro into downtown Nashville. From Laverne, let's try 45 minutes at best or so getting in from that direction. Overall drive times look like this: 35 minutes now coming in from Hendersonville. As that time on Vietnam Vets has slowed down. 67 minutes now in from Murfreesboro, 31 minutes in from Franklin. This time from Franklin will only increase as we get into our 7 o'clock hour.
Hey, now that it's award season, your movie knowledge could win you some extra cash. If you want to play our Hollywood trivia contest, you could win. Just grab your phone right now to scan the QR code on your screen to win a $100 Visa gift card. If you get today's trivia question right, you're entered to win that. Plus, we have a weekly drawing for a $5,000 grand prize. So put that movie knowledge to the test. Scan that QR code there on your screen right now. Hey, if you or maybe your children cannot afford a college loan, there's another option out there. And it is to find a school that gives full ride grants. And a Princeton Review report lists many colleges and universities that are doing that right now. The Princeton Review says so far about 23 colleges and universities are coming up with these so-called no loan policies. They provide 100% of a student's college costs through grants. Now that's as it pertains to your class education. Now in the review's best report, places like Princeton, Duke, Harvard, Brown, and 18 more schools are mentioned. Now this is an important little asterisk right here. No loan doesn't mean it's free. Students will still have to pay for things, extra costs. Think books or, a trip to the infirmary or something like that. But something worth noting, especially if you've got kiddos going off to college soon. We all know that soda is bad for us. All right, that has been an undisputable scientific fact for years. But how much soda is too much? Scientists break down their latest findings. And this morning in our 7 o'clock hour,
Carry on our legacy. I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Hey there, good morning and happy Monday to you. Just a few minutes before 7 o'clock right now and a live look at the sun peeking through the clouds. This is the live view from Metro Center, where our station is located. You can see the Titans practice bubble off in the distance. Those rays coming down through the clouds, those beautiful crepuscular rays. Really a sight to see. And just glad you're with us. We've got more live local news coverage in the next 2 hours. We're your only local news source. When all those other stations go to their national network programming, that is pre-recorded, but we've got you covered live and local through 9.
And taking a look at your forecast here, getting you up, getting you out the door here, and working through what we have to see when it comes to Doppler radar. We don't have much of anything out there right now, but I want to take a look at just a few other things here. The satellite here picking up not a lot of cloud coverage just yet, which is good, but I also want to make sure that we know that we are not in a severe weather risk for today. However, there will be a few thunderstorms that do track through the area. You can see here off to our north and to our west, there's the area of green. There will be a few storms that are a little on the gustier side leading us into this afternoon. We're going to get a few of those that do kick off and do come in our direction. So keep that in mind throughout the afternoon. Late morning, early afternoon, a few little pop-ups cannot be ruled out. We have temperatures that are in the 50s this morning. We're on our way to the mid-70s later on this afternoon. A touch cooler for your weekend. Keep that in mind. The weekend outlook puts us in the 60s for temperatures as we go into your Saturday, and then 50s for Sunday. So not a completely dry weekend, and I would say that of the 2 days, Saturday going to be your rainier day, so keep that in mind. Taking a look, though, not a whole lot happening for right now. As we go into our 7 o'clock half hour, a brand new look at Future Track for Tuesday and Wednesday. Timing a few more active days than today. And just please try to avoid the fog the best you can, or at least drive safely through it this morning.
Greg, thank you very much. A lot going on in Sierra Clear traffic this morning. Several backups going on for your morning commute. This is a live look. I-65 over by Moores Lane. I-65 by Moores Lane. Your commute this morning from Thompson Station, Franklin, Brentwood, looking pretty good. Just a very slight backup here. A little brake check coming through the area near Old Hickory Boulevard. 24, a little slow coming into Nashville this morning as well. Nothing out of the ordinary, but we did have an earlier morning crash that has stacked things up towards Smyrna. Your northern commute, a little slow on the bypass. So if you're coming in this morning from Gallatin and Hendersonville, watch for the brake checks there on Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. And slow coming in as you approach Trinity Lane north of Nashville with that I-65, I-24 merge. We'll get a live look and another update in Steer Clear traffic in about 4 minutes from right now. Let's head over to the website, fox17.com, see how things are trending this morning. In other words, what are the stories that you are most interested in right now? Well, the #1 trending story is the Tennessee National Guard soldiers headed to the U.S. southern border. I just mentioned this a moment ago. We're going to dive into that story in more detail coming up at our 7 o'clock hour. Right now, though, there's a new report out, and all you soda drinkers, listen up. If you drink a lot of sodas, exercise probably is not going to get you out of whatever sugary mess you're getting yourself into. In fact, a new study says that the value of working out is greatly reduced by the sodas that you drink. The research says that drinking just 2 sodas per week, just 2 per week, can cancel out the good that you're trying to do when you exercise. The study analyzed information from about 100,000 adults over the course of 30 years. This is a huge study. Scientists used the standard workout quota, which is about 150 minutes of exercise per week. Okay, the researchers say that artificially sweetened drinks don't have the same negative impact, but even so, juices and waters would be your best choice.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We've actually gone back and researched some areas in case he's moving on us and then moves back.
This morning marks 1 week since 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers was reported missing by family members and 1 week of non-stop searching. His family telling investigators that he walked off from his home in the Shackle Island community of Hendersonville. What authorities have uncovered so far and what they're doing right now.
We are also following breaking news this morning out of the Bordeaux area. We're going to tell you what Metro Police are confirming as a man has died after an overnight shooting.
And this morning, Fox 17 News has learned that a son is charged in his father's shooting. New information on what happened that night.
Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. It's a Monday morning, March the 4th. I'm Justin McFarland.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we do begin right now with the breaking news that we've been following all morning from Bordeaux. This is North Nashville, where police do confirm to Fox 17 News a man died in a shooting. It all happened right around 3:40 this morning. You can see the Cumberland River where it flows through here in North Nashville. We've got Clarksville Pike and Buena Vista Pike right here in this neighborhood. We're told as of right now, this is an active homicide investigation. The crime scene tape is still up. Metro Police still there. Nobody is in custody. So we're working to learn who police might be looking for and working to learn the identity of the man who died here. We'll continue to update you on this breaking news story live through 9 a.m.
An update this morning to a story that we first brought you as breaking news just last week. Metro Police now say that a son is charged with attempted criminal homicide. This is after he's accused of shooting his own father. Now, officers say it happened at this home over here on Ed Temple Boulevard just last Thursday morning. Derek Gore is accused of shooting his father 3 times. Right now, there's no update on the father's condition, but Gore is being held on a $500,000 bond.
Getting some breaking news updates now to the story that we've been following for 1 week today. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his home in the Shackle Island community of Hendersonville. And our Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse is joining us live out there this morning. Peyton, a foggy start to the morning. What are these search teams and investigators doing now?
Good morning, Jen. Well, day 7 here on the search for Sebastian Rogers, and I actually spoke with the Tennessee State Guard. They're actually lined up right behind me. They are helping out with the search for Sebastian. Obviously, they could not speak with us. They're busy. They're getting ready to start searching the area. But what we know about Sebastian, in case anybody has seen him or thinks that they may have seen him, he's 5'5", 120 pounds, brown hair, and brown eyes. Crews are busy at work here this morning. Sebastian was last seen wearing glasses, black pants, and a black sweatshirt. When Sebastian went missing, it escalated to an Amber Alert due to health concerns. And we know he's on medication. That's what Tennessee's Bureau of Investigation tells us. Multiple agencies are working around the clock to bring Sebastian home.
There have really been no investigative leads to take us anywhere. We are still operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off from his home and are searching as such.
Sebastian has autism, and advocacy groups say it's common for children with autism to wander, hide, or run away.
With Sebastian, from his mom, he likes to hide. He likes confined spaces, which tells me that he might be someone who enjoys sensory input.
And this makes finding him that much more of a challenge, but authorities will not give up. Now, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department still needs your help. They're asking people that live in this area and the surrounding areas of Sumner County to check your property twice a day, especially if you live near creeks or ponds. And also, for some of you hunters out there, if you have trail cameras, check those as well. Go through them, make sure that you haven't seen him, or if you think that you may have seen him, call TBI immediately. Reporting live in Sumner County, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Thank you so much. Well, an endangered child alert this morning as the TBI is looking for a 7-year-old girl and her mother. Authorities say that Iris Crum was last seen back on March the 1st in Murfreesboro, very close to Blue Fox Trail. They're also searching for her mother. You can see a picture of her flashing before your screen in a few seconds here. She is wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for custodial interference. Now, if you know where either one of these people are, you're asked to contact the TBI 1-800-TBI find.
Now, we do have several breaking news stories developing at this hour. If you want to stay in the know, maybe you've got to leave the house in a few minutes and you want to just check your phone when you get to work, you can head to fox17.com. You can also download the free Fox 17 News app. That'll keep you updated on the go. And then for the rest of you who are staying with us throughout 9 o'clock here on your TV screen, we will have you covered with those breaking news updates every few minutes.
7:06 your time, taking a look at your forecast out the door. Very warm to start off the day in the 50s. That's the first note. The second one is that we have a fairly rainy week ahead of us. Today, not so much, but it really does ramp up tonight into tomorrow, and it continues Wednesday into Thursday. A few thunderstorms during that time period are definitely possible, but signs of severe weather are not in the forecast right now, so we'll keep everything all clear. The one noticeable thing out the door this morning, we have some patchy fog in many areas around downtown. 58 degrees right now. You can see fairly calm and quiet if you get down toward Lower Broadway. We'll be in the 70s later on this afternoon, but the fog really is the big thing getting in your way, getting out the door. We'll keep that around until about 9 or 10. And then also watch out for the potholes. It's just like more and more keep popping up here for us. So patches of fog and unpatched potholes. We'll keep it cautious as we head out the door this morning. We'll look at your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to I-24. This is in the Laverne area where things continue to run slow around Waldron Road. What you want to try to do is if you want to just try to take Murfreesboro Road to get you around some of the backup, in all honesty, this time of the morning, it just is what it is out there with your traffic. As far as this time of the day is concerned, it's going to take you about an hour and 15 minutes from Murfreesboro into downtown. We'll tell you about other things happening coming up in a few.
And protests in our state house took center stage in the last session when 2 members got expelled for leading those protests. This morning, the question is this: should you be able to hold up a protest sign inside the Tennessee State House? We'll show you how lawmakers are determining how things could look in the future.
Plus, we'll continue to follow several stories across the Mid-State, including one of a Mid-State volleyball standout who lost her legs in a car crash in St. Louis.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Tennessee Home Buyers.
7:10 is the time, and new this morning, Tennessee lawmakers are wanting to make some changes to the law that would give them more power to determine exactly what happens on the House floor, as well as the gallery and committee rooms. Now, last year, you may remember people held protest signs up a lot like this in the State House. Well, state lawmakers banned these signs. Then a state judge says that the banning of the signs was a violation of First Amendment rights and allowed the signs to come back in. But now state lawmakers are working on a new plan. They say that the law allows them to have as much power as they want to determine the rules within the State House, and now they want to make sure that state courts can't review those changes.
And what the Constitution has done is to say that the authority to make rules in the General Assembly is vested exclusively with the General Assembly. Courts are not entitled to intervene. That's the whole point of the Mayhew versus Wilder decision in 2001. Does the body have an obligation to adopt rules that are constitutional? Yes. Who determines whether those rules are constitutional? The body does.
We would not be allowing the public to go to court to ensure that their rights are being retained. I can understand, as a legislator, and we're all legislators up here, I can understand you saying, you know, House rules and House members, there might be something different, but you're saying the public can be mistreated, rules can be passed that limit their rights, and that Tennessee courts would not be able to say anything about it. That is not just unconstitutional, it's anti-constitutional, and it removes the ideals and the ideas of this republic.
Well, this bill did pass committee and is expected to reach the House floor. We'll let you know when lawmakers decide.
Time right now is 7:12, and yes, the forecast, the fog, and the temperatures in the 50s. What does this mean going forward when it comes to the storm chances that I mentioned? Well, we're all clear when it comes to code red, meaning no severe weather is expected between now and Friday, but every day this week, there will be some things that pop up on the radar. That does not mean that we all get rain. every single day, but there will be showers and weak thunderstorms. Not a crystal clear image of the downtown skyline here for us this morning, unfortunately. And we're trying to see the clouds and sun fight each other here. The clouds will win most of today. Here's 1 p.m. A few little pop-ups, especially east of I-65. The more west we go, the lesser our chance for a shower later today. Overnight, we stay dry, and then 4 a.m. taking us into 7 a.m. You'll see right here on Future Track, showers begin to move in, and they take over a little more gradually, hour by hour, late morning into the afternoon. For tomorrow, have your umbrella handy. A few decent downpours are possible. By the end of this week, some 2 to 3 inches of rain will have come down. As you can see here, though, this is through 8 o'clock tomorrow. Not every hour of the day is going to be on the rainy side.
Well, coming up on Fox 17 News this morning, we've got the very latest on your traffic situation, including the slow go from the south side of town. Plus,
review your coverage every year to make sure your rates stay competitive. More options means more savings. It's just that simple. See the difference when Zander works for you.
Good morning. It is 7:15. We have had a lot going on in Sumner County over the last week. So for starters, we still have the active search for the missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Well, while all of those teams were taxed working on that, they had 3 inmates escape from Sumner County custody. They were in the jail in Gallatin. And then that sent all of the first responders into another frenzy trying to get these 3 back in custody.
Well, they found them, but listen to where they found them. Wilson County Sheriff's deputies, along with the Lebanon Police Department, caught up with 2 of the men who were still on the run, and they found them at the dollar store in Lebanon.
At the dollar store.
Now listen, Lebanon and Gallatin are not exactly neighbors, okay? They're a little ways from each other. Now, there's a direct route to get there, but...
And that's Highway 109.
Highway 109, which happens to be where the Dollar General was, where they found him, and they found the 2 people they were looking for. They've already got the 3rd person back in custody before all of this happened. Now they're working on to find out exactly how they escaped. Well, listen to this. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee visited the Tennessee National Guard ahead of their deployment down to the southern border. The governor stopped by the Millington, Tennessee Army National Guard station to talk with soldiers who are about to deploy. This comes after a group of troops were sent to Texas weeks ago. The unprecedented border crisis continues down there, and Tennessee is doing their part to help.
Yeah, in fact, the governor says they asked for our National Guard troops to volunteer for this assignment, and they were overwhelmed with the number of our soldiers who said they were ready to take on the task.
Hundreds volunteered for 50 slots, and these men and women are here leaving their families to be a part of a coordinated effort to really secure the border, to stop trafficking, to stop drug traffic, sex traffic, human trafficking. It's not just a Texas problem, it's a Tennessee problem as well.
And that speaks volumes to these hundreds of men and women who said, "Send me. I'll go." The governor has vowed to send 2 waves of our Tennessee troops to the Texas border. This is the first group of 50 soldiers to be deployed in what's named Operation Lone Star.
Checking in with Greg Belvis. I'm sorry. Look at your forecast. Happy Monday, Greg.
Happy Monday to y'all as well. I mean, not much to worry about here. If you can navigate through a little bit of fog, you're getting 70s this afternoon.
Wow.
So, I mean...
And the sun's going to break through eventually today, maybe?
We'll get a few little peeks of it here and there. It's going to be kind of a cloudy on and off day. They're going to kind of fight each other throughout this one. Taking a look here, getting some breakfast. We've got nothing slowing you down when it comes to rain. There will be a pop-up shower or weak thunderstorm later this afternoon. So you're going to grab the umbrella, you're going to toss it in the back seat, grab the Code Red weather app, and just check Doppler before you head out the door. It'll let you know if you're good to go. Odds of getting rain are very, very slim. 57 degrees at 8 a.m., 64 at 10, and 68 degrees at 11. Taking a look. Ooh, the fog really creeping in. And these are the areas just outside of downtown that are clogging our view of downtown. Beautiful picture on our sky eye. Taking a look here, we do have some clouds that are out there. All clear for Code Red. It is definitely warm. We're in the 50s already, right side of your screen. We're going to keep those current temps up for you all the way through 9 o'clock. o'clock this morning. Yellow line right in the middle. That is the average high temperature for this date. 73 degrees will be your high tomorrow. Today's high 76. That is well above the upper 50s and lower 60s that we should be in this time of the year. Look at Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have 3 straight days that'll be in the mid to upper 60s. And the best part, all of our nights are going to be in the 50s. Take a look here. 76 today goes to 59 overnight tonight, 73 tomorrow. Fairly rainy on and off, and a few thunderstorms too, morning into the afternoon and evening. It's not going to rain the entire time. They're going to swirl on the radar a little bit, so you'll get a shower or weak storm, you'll get a break, and then we'll repeat the pattern. So having a way to plan around that, again, having the weather app will be very helpful. You can find those dry hours to get outside and enjoy that 73. And look at your weekend. It gets cooler, and we also spring forward. We change the clocks forward. You lose that hour of sleep, but you gain that hour of daylight at the end of your day starting on Sunday.
7:20 is the time. Quick look at steer clear traffic. A bit of a slowdown coming in from the Franklin area. This is going to be I-65 at Moore's Lane, making that drive in from Cool Springs. Looking a little slow at times as traffic bunches up, but nothing out of the ordinary there. Traffic is doing okay as far as the interstate is concerned in both directions out there. Typical congestion, though, building in. That includes 65 at Trinity Lane here on the north side. That drive coming in from, say, Hendersonville at around 35 minutes right now. We'll continue to watch the roads for you.
Still to come here on Fox 17 News this morning, the pushback from Republicans as Democratic lawmakers say they're trying to pass gun safety bills. We'll tell you how much progress they might be able to make.
Plus, we are continuing to follow what has turned into a homicide investigation in Bordeaux.
Great price. We'll beat any competitive offer guaranteed. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Our people need gun safety classes in my communities. How many children's lives would have been saved had these gun safety classes been made available?
You heard right. A gun safety course that would come into the classroom is up for debate in Tennessee this week. It comes as Tennessee legislators are pushing dozens of firearm-related bills at the Capitol. Now, tomorrow, we have 3 committees that will consider a number of those bills, and we're hearing all kinds of reaction this morning from our local leaders. Let's listen in.
All I'm asking is for us to let parents opt out. Parental choice. Let's not re-traumatize our children if parents feel like this is not right for them.
Because an Amish family goes where they go in a horse and carriage does not mean their children should not be taught the rules of safety when crossing a street with automobiles. This bill is aimed at safety, and this amendment is hampering the proper distribution of the safety material to those who need it most.
So, clearing up what this bill looks like. Under the guidelines, children would not learn how to shoot. No live guns would be used. In other words, nothing with ammunition. And it would be solely an educational safety course. The classes would be mandatory, kind of like the basics that are taught in our schools. And then sometimes when you have, alternative classes, think, electives that are required, it would fall along those lines. So we will let you know whether this bill makes it through along with any others. And in the meantime, we were curious to know what you think. Do you think that Tennessee needs to pass legislation supporting gun safety, including red flag laws? Right now, 73.7% of you say no. This poll is active and open right now. You can scan the QR code on your screen to vote and leave a comment.
7:25 your time right now. Let's look ahead to the weekend. 76 degrees and a pop-up shower this afternoon. Most of the day is going to be dry. Weekend, different story. Your Saturday, a few showers and thunderstorms are possible. Decent temperatures, but not nearly as warm as today. 62 on Saturday, 56 on Sunday. Saturday is the warmer day. Cold front moves in, knocks us down about 8 degrees, but also rain exits early on Sunday. Now, could that timing change in almost a week? Absolutely. But as of right now, this is how we stand, and we'll look through it the entire week to make sure there are no changes that you need to know about. Sunday is looking great, though, compared to Saturday. Maybe a light jacket here, a little good spring weather. We have some patchy fog out there to kick off the day. Keep that in mind. And you can also scan this QR code to get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app and track whatever's on the radar here, which will be quite a bit on and off for the rest of this week.
Greg, thank you very much. Steer clear traffic right now at 7:26. We have a live look, I-65 at Trinity Lane. We had a really early crash here this morning, but that has since cleared. Traffic flowing as well as could be expected. This is one of our problem zones and definitely backed up here this morning, but all in all, probably not worth a detour. In fact, I would say don't get on Ellington Parkway, which is a normal detour. Ellington Parkway looks like it's backed up almost the entire stretch coming into Nashville. Justin will join us in just a few minutes for another look and what's popping in Steer Clear traffic. And still to come in our next half hour, Titans head honchos going to the Combine, what they have to say this morning about the possibilities. And it's been more than 4 years now since the devastating tornado
crash and fight for the compensation you deserve. Call Ponce Law, justice for all.
Watch Crisis in the Classroom only on Fox 17 News.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
It's been 1 week since Sebastian Rogers went missing. We're going to tell you what authorities and the community are trying to do to find the teen.
Waking up there, the fog creeping in more and more on our sky cameras this morning. That's your big feature. We're going to talk about those several days worth of on and off showers and storms. We'll start timing those in just a few minutes.
Steer Clear traffic takes us over to Hermitage. This is I-40 at Old Hickory Boulevard in the Hermitage area. Things starting to bunch up and slow down. We've got your latest drive times fresh out the oven in just a few seconds. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. On this Monday, I'm Justin McFarland.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source from 7 until 9 a.m. 7:30 on the dot right now. We want to get straight to the breaking news updates as they are coming in from North Nashville. We've had a deadly shooting there this morning. This is in Bordeaux, just off Buena Vista Pike. And let's take a live look full now at investigators that are adding to the scene here. You can see the crime scene tape is up. We got confirmation that a man died in a shooting here right around 3:40 this morning. Crime scene unit investigators are here along with other investigators. This is at the Overlook Ridge Apartments. As of right now, we still do not have the identity of the victim, the person shot and killed. We are also working to find out who police might be looking for. If we get those breaking news updates, we'll bring them to you here live through 9 a.m. You can also follow along with this story live at fox17.com.
We continue to follow breaking news this morning out of Sumner County. There is still no trace of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Our Fox 17 News photojournalist Madison Smarker is giving us the very latest look from Hendersonville as thousands of miles have been searched in that area. And even now we've seen members of the Tennessee National Guard showing up there a few moments ago. It's all surrounding a home there in Hendersonville. Now, as we take this live picture there, you can see search team members have been covering that area now for several days. They say they have covered a 5-mile plus area there in that particular search. The search command is now at Sebastian's high school, which is right up the road from his house. More than 400 team members scouring this area over the weekend.
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of perspective, this is right by Beach High School, command center across the street at the Shackle Island Volunteer Fire and Rescue, and then Sebastian's neighborhood is not even a 1/10 of a mile from that. Okay. So very close range, and they've searched an entire 5-mile radius around that whole area. Now, investigators say it's possible that if Sebastian is still out there, he could have made it well beyond that 5-mile radius by now. So they're asking folks in Robertson County and Davidson County to keep an eye out. The family members still not talking with the media, but so many members of this community are doing everything they can to pitch in to help find Sebastian.
In the meantime, they're asking people in that area to make sure they check their property at least twice a day. They say that Sebastian could be hiding under decks or other areas there. They're also asking members of law enforcement as well to step up and continue to look. Anyone that is looking for Sebastian is asked to go in pairs. Just in case they're seen on camera, they don't want to mistake anyone for this missing child.
At 7:33 right now, a somber anniversary. For those of you who were not in Nashville 4 years ago, you may not even realize that this is what so many of our communities looked like. We had the March 3rd tornadoes, 7 of them that came through Middle Tennessee, and people woke up to this destruction. Homes, businesses, and schools ripped up from their foundations. That destruction claimed the lives of 25 people just right here in the Mid-State. And Mount Juliet, that community hit so hard. They marked the anniversary with a remembrance ceremony. Community members and local first responders putting this wreath in honor of the 3 lives lost just in Mount Juliet. Family members gathering to honor Brandy Barker and James and Donna Eaton, who died when the tornado hit Mount Juliet.
I hope that they remember that life is short, and none of us are promised tomorrow, and my aunt and uncle knew that all too well.
This permanent monument to the lives lost in the tornado is right next to West Wilson Middle School. West Wilson Middle School was decimated in the tornado, and construction of that new building is just about done. And I think back to that day, so many of us impacted, even if our home or our property wasn't damaged, Greg, it really took an emotional toll on everybody, because chances are somebody knew somebody else who was deeply impacted.
100%. And the emotional toll kind of still lingers now, too, because so many people reach out and go, well, Greg, you said storms overnight. That can be a very triggering thing when you go through something like this. And if you weren't here for it, but you know people that talk about it, pick their brains a little bit and go research it, because this was one of the bigger events that Nashville has seen in quite some time when it comes to overnight especially.
Greg, I'm thinking too, right? Like if you're somebody who's new to the area and you go to East Nashville and you hang out at the bars and the restaurants, after these tornadoes in 2020, a lot of East Nashville was obliterated.
Completely.
But you may not even know that today.
You would have no idea. Maybe you're living in an apartment on Roselle Parks Boulevard in the Germantown area, or just north of it, scooting up toward the Metro Center area. Those apartments may not have been there 2 years ago. A lot of areas have changed forever across Middle Tennessee. We had 2 big tornadoes. The one was the EF3 that went through North Nashville, Germantown, East Nashville. Mount Juliet continued its trek right along the I-40 corridor, 165 mile per hour wind speeds. Its width at its maximum was 1,600 yards. That is 16 football fields, folks. That's how wide this thing was when it came across the area. And then it jumped up and came back down as a new tornado, an EF4 in Cookeville. And this is the one that was the really hard one to see all of the destruction that it caused. 175 mile per hour wind speed, only on the ground for 9 miles, but it did a lot of damage, and it took, unfortunately, 19 lives that we're not going to get back. So this is one of those days we always are going to look back at dates like this just so we don't forget. It helps us plan and stay safer going in the future.
Still clear traffic out there this morning takes us over to I-40 at Old Hickory Boulevard. This is in the Hermitage area, making that drive in from the east side of town. We're doing okay out there this morning. Not great, just okay, which is all you can ask for at around 7:36 in the morning when it comes to your traffic here in Nashville. So no huge slowdowns out there, no interstate closures, nothing like that. We'll continue to watch the roads here for you.
7:37, and helping the visually impaired. A bill that's proposed right here in Tennessee would make it simpler for blind voters to take part. We'll tell you how it could help you or someone in your family.
Plus, we'll have more in a report.
Budget breaks. Breaks starting at just $100.
Relaxing. This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
Good Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. In Operation Crime and Justice right now, the newly formed Nashville Community Review Board is releasing its recommendations for Metro Police.
Now, this board, which is tasked with holding police accountable, is calling on Metro Nashville Police to provide more data and information so they can further review the use of force cases. Now, the review board also released 15 policy recommendations calling on Metro Police to try and implement them immediately.
All right, so let's take a look here. Some of the recommendations include reporting all methods of so-called soft tactics that are used, whether that's showing a firearm, showing a taser, or even people who have accidentally fired a weapon. An early way to flag officers involved in repeated use of force incidents. That's another recommendation. Metro Police telling Fox 17 News that their analysts will take a look at this report and then make their decisions. We'll keep you updated once more information becomes available.
State lawmakers are now considering a bill that would make it easier for people to legally cast a vote who are blind, and they can do so from their homes.
Yeah, right now, people with visual impairments have to be helped. Often somebody reading a ballot to them and then physically voting for them. But this bill, if it passes and becomes a law, would allow Tennessee to send an absentee ballot so that they could mark their vote and mail it back. For example, like members of our military do when they're overseas. This bill is moving forward in the House right now. It has already passed the Senate. 7:42 right now. Let's get a check of your forecast. Greg is working on a couple of weather stories behind the scenes. We want to just give you that backyard forecast. If you're thinking, can I get the kids outside today? Can they burn off some energy in the backyard? Absolutely yes. 62 degrees at 9 o'clock this morning, so nice and mild if you want to have some playtime outside. 70 degrees by noon, partly cloudy. 75 by 3 o'clock this afternoon, and mostly clear.
75 degrees. That is nice.
Yeah, it is.
Coming up on Fox 17 News this morning, we're going to take a look at your steer clear traffic, including that drive coming in from the south and east side. Good morning, Rutherford County. We're going to give a look at the latest drive times there.
From what I know about her, at least from a competitor perspective, she's not simply going to get bitter. She's going to get better from this, and she's going to inspire other young people around Tennessee and around the country.
It has been a long road to recovery for one mid-state volleyball player. Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to...
Friday through Sunday, shop one of the year's biggest furniture sales. Get 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local Ashley.
Good morning, 7:45 right now. In Operation Crime and Justice, trial begins for Daniel Riley. This is the man who is accused of driving a car in St. Louis when he hit Janae Edmondson, a teenage student and star volleyball player from Smyrna.
Now, fortunately, she lost both of her legs as a result of that accident. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen joining us now with the very latest as what we can expect as jury selection is expected to begin.
Well, good morning, Jen and Justin. Janae Edmondson's life was turned upside down after she lost both of her legs when she was in St. Louis for a volleyball tournament. But the family hopes justice can finally be served as opening statements are expected to begin tomorrow. Police believe 21-year-old Daniel Riley was driving 20 miles per hour above the speed limit when the crash happened after running a yield sign at an intersection and hit another vehicle. Officers charged Riley with 3 counts of assault, armed criminal action, and operating a car without a valid license. Riley pleaded not guilty to all charges. This comes after police charged Riley with first-degree robbery and armed criminal action in 2020. While a judge let Riley out, he was placed on house arrest and given a GPS monitoring device. Now, court records show he violated his GPS monitoring device at least 50 times after his arrest in 2020.
Amanda, is there any way to put fault here as to, not revoking this bond?
Well, it is up to the prosecutors to make judges aware of those GPS monitor violations. Apparently, that did not happen in this case, and ultimately it led to the St. Louis circuit attorney resigning months later. Now, again, the trial is in St. Louis, and we will be keeping you up to date. I will be following along here remotely as well with what goes on.
All right, Amanda Chen, thank you so much. In the meantime, let's get over to your weather as Greg Bobus has been following a little bit of everything. Warmer temperatures. He was following fog this morning. Greg, dog of the daytime, right?
Yes, it is, sir. And then we're going to do the rain. That's the other part of what we're dealing with here for the rest of this week. So, yeah, lots of moving parts. And right now, Blue is getting out there in the snow. I enjoy the entire ensemble, from the jacket down to the boots, and they all match, too. Of course, Blue is stylish there in the snow. Taking a look. Thank you, Jesse from Hartsville, for sending this in. Good day for a dog walk. You don't need the snow boots this time around. 62 at 9, 70 at noon, 75 degrees at 3 p.m. We're a touch cooler for right now, in the 50s to right near 60. We'll be in that range until about 10 o'clock. Then it's all up from there. 70 at noon. A tiny chance early afternoon for a pop-up shower or weak thunderstorm. Don't worry about it. It's not going to last long. Taking a look here. How do you send them in? Well, Obi's been real busy lately, delivering the mail. This is how you do it. You go to Facebook, and right there you click on that pinned post. My dog brings me your dog of the day photos. That's how you see them right here on Fox 17 News this morning. Now, we have reduced visibility, but no dense fog advisory is in effect. So it just really has been pockets on and off. And the weekend outlook doing scattered rain for Saturday into Sunday. Decent temperatures both days. Saturday, the rainier day. I will tell you, though, the bulk of our rain that is going to come down for the first 3 days of this week is going to be starting in the afternoon tomorrow, working its way overnight, and then into at least the first half of your Wednesday. Second half doesn't look as unsettled as the system moves out. But if you have morning plans on Wednesday, keep that in mind. A good chance for some scattered showers and a few weak rumbles of thunder. The best part about all of this is that, yes, this will be inconvenient rain. But we're in a little bit of a drought. We could use the rain, and we don't have any severe weather that we're forecasting. We get this rain very slowly in batches over the next 7 days. By the end of the week, some 2 to 3 inches of rain possible in some areas. And look at the right side of your screen, right in the middle of the weekend. It's that time. Literally, we spring forward. We lose that hour of sleep, but we gain that hour of daylight at the end of the day.
Ooh, boy. All right. Thank you so much, Greg, I think. Let's take a look at steer clear traffic as you get out there this morning. Big slowdown coming in from the King Ridge, Antioch area. I-24, that's Old Hickory Boulevard. King Ridge High School is just to the right of the screen. You just can't see it, but it's just off the interstate there as traffic starts to make its way in slowly but surely. Let's take a look at overall drive times right now. Hendersonville, really long at 47 minutes right now, coming down from Vietnam Vets. Murfreesboro into downtown, 67 minutes. Franklin into downtown, slowdowns in Cool Springs, and then to Brentwood, 41 minutes on that drive right now.
I'm glad I'm going the opposite direction to Hendersonville after the show this morning. I'm going to go up there to read to some kids.
Okay.
For Read Across America
Absolutely.
Week. I'm glad I'll be going the opposite direction. All right, let's talk sports and Titans. The NFL Combine wrapping up in Indianapolis. Titans head coach Brian Callahan and general manager Rand Carthen out there this week to start meeting with some of the prospects.
Now, the Titans have the number 7 overall pick in this year's NFL draft, and the players of need are the offensive line and the wide receivers. And listen, the general manager and the head coach are not trying to hide what they're looking at.
We're really deep at receiver in this draft and O-line as a whole, which are, 2 areas that we're going to be, focusing on. But it's a really deep class, a lot of talented young men, and we're looking forward to meeting with them throughout this process.
Yeah, I think there's an element of explosiveness, of speed that we can add that would help us. This is a really fun class of players, really from the top part of the class all the way down to the bottom. There's going to be good receivers, I think you'll find, that'll come off the board in the second, third, and fourth rounds that I think will be contributors for some teams. So it's a deep class. There's really a lot of variations of player. There's guys that are good with the ball in their hands. There's guys that are really fast. There's guys that are big and strong. So there's a good mix of talent that fits. And when you're building the receiver room, you're trying to collect a little bit of all of those things. And so it's a fun class to evaluate, and hopefully we can find a couple guys that fit us.
NFL draft coming up here on April 25th through the 27th.
Looking forward to that. Let's talk Preds now, switching gears. History made at Bridgestone Arena as the Preds win Saturday, marking their 8th straight game. It's been a while since we could say we were on a hot streak like this, but a lot of that is thanks to Nashville's Cody Glass.
He had a whale of a game against Colorado and the Avalanche. The right winger decided to have the game of his career. He ended up being the player of the game, perhaps the player of the week. So
Nashville SC advancing to the round of 16 of the Champions Cup thanks to a win last Thursday. Then they played Saturday night, the boys in gold on the road, playing the Colorado Rapids, and we had weird action on the part of Nashville SC. Things did not look good early. Watch what happens here. Shaq Moore, he accidentally headed one into his own goal.
Come on, man.
I know, went right over the head of Joe Willis. I mean, Moore was just beside himself thinking, what in the world did I do? So that gave Colorado a 1-0 lead.
Then a Colorado player touched the ball with his hand. You can't do that. That set up a penalty kick, and it was Till Bunbury who put it in the back of the net. That would tie the game at 1, and we end up with a draw, 1-1 there with Colorado, the Rapids there.
Hey, if you had a flight in or out of Nashville over the weekend, did you catch this? Do you recognize that guy on stage? It's one of the biggest names in the music industry. We'll tell you about the impromptu concert in minutes.
That white T-shirt should be a trademark at this point.
Long hair.
Plus, the cherry blossom trees getting set to go. Are you tired of winter?
Sign up, play our fantastic games, and if you don't get lucky on your first visit, you'll get up to $250 on the house. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. All kinds of awesome.
$7:56 is the time. Check this out. The cherry blossom trees in Washington, D.C. are expected to bloom in a few weeks. And one special tree is used to predict exactly what and when this will all happen. It's called the indicator tree.
The National Park Service says the tree tends to run about 2 weeks or so ahead of the rest of the Yoshino cherry trees. The Park Service predicts that they'll reach peak bloom between March 23rd and March 26th. I was just telling Greg during the commercial break, a lot of our local school districts have school trips to Washington, D.C. this time of the year. So hopefully they'll get a good showing.
I did one, but mine was in October, so we didn't get to see the cherry trees. The trees were there. Let's get to Greg Bobus. He's standing by with a look at your forecast. We'll have trees in bloom here in Nashville before long.
Oh, before we know it. I mean, if we keep stacking up all these days that are in the 60s and 70s and nighttime temperatures keep it warm, we kind of confuse the plants a little bit. They go, oh, it's May? No, it is definitely the beginning of March, but that's a real good possibility. We are really warm. We're all clear for code red. Maybe a pop-up shower this afternoon. That is it. Don't plan on it. Don't worry about it. If you get a few raindrops, they're not going to last long. Fog's starting to lift a little bit for us here, but a decently foggy beginning to the day. Right side of your screen, take a look at that. 50s to near 60 already. 76 this afternoon. Tomorrow, 73. We'll stay in the mid to upper 60s Wednesday through Friday. All above average. That little yellow squiggly line, that is the average high temperature on each day, upper 50s and low 60s. So we're going to blow a lot of those temperatures out of the water here, except for the weekend. We hover closer to averages for Saturday and Sunday. Two cool fronts kind of knock us down. One gives us some rain Tuesday into Wednesday, and then another one gives us some rain Friday into Saturday, and then everything kind of stair steps down with the temperatures as we do that, and you'll see it right here on your 7-day forecast. 50s though overnight. So even if we have to contend with rain and use the umbrella and the windshield wipers and have those nuisances out there, at least the nighttime temperatures don't get terribly cold. They're going to stay in the 50s the next 5 nights in a row.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the south side of town. This is going to be I-65 near Old Hickory Boulevard down in the Brentwood area. We do have one vehicle there disabled on the shoulder of the road. The traffic is crawling by next to it. Doesn't have a lot to do with the disabled vehicle. It's just all about the congestion coming down from Brentwood right now, Franklin and all of that, around 40 minutes on that drive if you're coming in from the south side. So heads up. Conditions on the north side have improved greatly. This is Vietnam Vets, very close to the Goodlettsville area. Traffic around there really free flowing in that area. No big problems. We're going to continue to watch things for you as you get out and about. Steer clear traffic live through 9.
Hey, check this out. You just never know who you're going to see doing what in Nashville. That was the case over at Nashville International Airport. Front row seat for Keith Urban, who just, popped up to play a stage over at B&A. He took the stage over at Concourse C, hanging out with some folks waiting on their flights or maybe heading to their destinations over the weekend. He sang some of his biggest hits. He posed for pictures and just, in true Nashville fashion, came and went and carried on.
Yeah, it's Nashville after all. These kind of things happen.
Yeah.
Well, it is award season, and your movie knowledge can help win you a little extra money. You can do so by playing the Hollywood Trivia game there. Now, you can grab your phone and scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 prepaid debit card. Get the question right, and you could win $100 worth of a daily prize. Now, the daily prize winners will also be eligible to win a $5,000 drawing as well. Again, just scan that QR code and take the Hollywood Trivia question of the day. Good luck.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We've actually gone back and researched some areas in case he's moving on us and then moves back.
With regards to the missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, search efforts still very much underway. In fact, new this morning, we have seen dozens of National Guard troops show up in Hendersonville as the search efforts continue. We'll tell you what authorities have uncovered so far.
We're following breaking news this morning out of Bordeaux. That is where Metro Police confirms that one man has died after an overnight shooting. We've got the very latest from the scene.
We are waking up warm and dry for right now, but 4 different rounds of rain move in before we hit the weekend. We'll begin timing those out coming up in your Code Red forecast.
4 rounds of rain. Thank you, Greg, and thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. It's a Monday morning, March the 4th. I'm Justin McFarland.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell, picking up on maybe some rescheduled baseball or soccer matches from the week after hearing that from Greg. Thanks for joining us. We've got you covered live through 9 a.m. and we do want to begin right now with the breaking news updates this morning out of Bordeaux, where we have confirmation that a man was shot and killed early this morning. Happened right around 3:40, just off Buena Vista Pike, the 2400 block, which does put us at an apartment complex there, the Overlook Ridge. Right now, this is an active homicide investigation. You can see crime scene tape is still up. It does look like police are allowing people to come and go from this area, but CSI is on the scene right now. One person killed, working to learn their identity and also who police might be looking for after all of this. We'll update you on this breaking news story as we learn more.
We also have an update to provide to you this morning, as something we brought you as breaking news just last week. Metro Police now say that a son is charged with attempted criminal homicide. He's accused of shooting his own father. Officers say this happened at a home on Ed Temple Boulevard just last Thursday. It was Derek Gore who's now being accused of shooting his father 3 times. Right now, there's no update on the father's condition, but Gore is being held in the Metro jail on a $500,000 bond.
And more breaking news updates out of Hendersonville. Just a heartbreaking story as crews continue to look for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who was first reported missing a week ago this morning. Since then, no reported trace of where he could be. We have Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse joining us live out there in the Shackle Island community of Hendersonville.
Good morning, Jen. We actually just had some state guard troopers. Some of them are just walking by here. They're stepping in to help for the search for the 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Now, in case you all do not know this, he's about 5'5", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. And also, we're at the command post right now. We're right across the street, and you can kind of see over there some of the state guards grabbing some snacks and things like that. There were some volunteers that dropped off some food here today. But again, I just want to repeat this. Sebastian Rogers, about 5'5", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen wearing glasses, black pants, and a black sweatshirt. When Sebastian went missing, it escalated to an Amber Alert due to health concerns. And we know he's on medication. That's what Tennessee's Bureau of Investigation tells us. Multiple agencies are working around the clock to bring Sebastian home.
There have really been no investigative leads to take us anywhere. We are still operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off from his home and are searching as such.
Sebastian has autism, and advocacy groups say it's common for children with autism to wander, hide, or run away.
With Sebastian, that from his mom, he likes to hide. He likes confined spaces, which tells me that he might be someone who enjoys sensory input.
And this makes finding him that much more of a challenge, but authorities will not give up. And the Sumner County Sheriff's Office is still asking for your help, even here in Hendersonville, surrounding areas in Sumner County. If you think you may have seen Sebastian, give TBI a call immediately. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Peyton, thank you so much. Turning our attention now to the search for another missing person this morning. And unfortunately, it's come to a tragic end for Emily Bradley. Metro Police say that Bradley's body was found in Whites Creek. This happened yesterday, very close to Buena Vista Pike. The 44-year-old from Nashville was reported missing back on February the 21st. The medical examiner's office says that the cause of death appears to be blunt force trauma. Detectives are continuing to search for Bradley's missing vehicle. It's a gray Chevrolet Cruze. Anyone with information on her death is asked to contact Metro Police. 8:05 is the time. Let's get to Greg. Rainy days ahead. He's going to tell you about your Monday forecast and what we're looking at moving forward.
Yes, a lot of rain moving our way, especially starting tomorrow going into Wednesday. Today's kind of that one good day to start off the week. We'll be in the 70s, partly to mostly cloudy, so enjoy the bursts of sun that we'll get. We'll be in the 70s. We're 15 days away from spring. I did not try to gloss over that. We'll be in the 70s. Enjoy the day. It'll be a pretty nice one for us here. Yeah, March 19th, the first day of spring. We're getting closer and closer. We're already at 61 degrees. Temperatures are already climbing in the Nashville area, but you can see a mix of sun and clouds. Now, this afternoon brings a chance for a pop-up shower, maybe a weak clap of thunder if you get east of I-65. Most of us are not going to see anything here, but this morning we're still contending with a little bit of fog that is out there, so keep that in mind. We've had a few areas of some patchy fog, watching for potholes, the whole 9 yards. Just exercise a little bit of caution here if you catch one of those areas of fog. Keep using the low beams even though the sun's up. It helps people see you and cut through that fog. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, every temperature you can't complain about all week long. 76 degrees today, 73 tomorrow. Upper 60s on Wednesday through Friday, nighttime temps in the 50s. But as Justin mentioned, we have that rainy period settling in overnight tonight into tomorrow. We'll start tracking that for you in about 5 minutes.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning at 8:06. Quick look at what we're dealing with on the south side of town. This is going to be I-65 in Brentwood, very close to Old Hickory Boulevard. As you make that drive in, we've got a disabled vehicle there on the shoulder of the road, causing a bit of a slowdown there. Overall drive times looking rather slow. Let's go ahead and give them to you now. 38 minutes coming in from Franklin, even though the drives from Murfreesboro and Hendersonville are now back in the green. Well, should you be able to hold up protest signs inside of the Tennessee State House? Lawmakers are working on a brand new set of bills that could make it easier for them to determine what future protests could look like.
And Fox 17 News continuing to tell the story of the mid-state volleyball standout who lost
prior experience needed to enroll.
My job now is amazing.
Join for free at Coursera.org.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
8:10 is the time, and new this morning, Tennessee lawmakers are wanting to make some changes to the law that would give them more power to determine exactly what happens inside of the State House. We're talking about on the House floor and in the gallery and in committee rooms. Last year, people held up protest signs like what you're seeing back here behind me. They're at the State House. Well, lawmakers soon banned those signs, saying that they were a distraction and a disruption to lawmaking business. A state judge says that such a ban was a violation of the First Amendment and the signs did return. Well, now lawmakers are working on a brand new set of laws that would give them the power to make their rules, and then the state judicial system would not have any power over them.
What we were saying is that the legislature is going to be able to check itself. And at that point, why do we even need the courts at that point? So what I'm worried about, because you're not always going to be in a supermajority either way, and what rules can come out should be subject to judicial review.
If the people, for some reason, disagree with the rules of the House, the remedy is to elect new representatives, not to go to the judiciary. Our rules remain the rules of the House and the rules of the Senate. They are, by constitutional mandate, the rules that under Article 2, Section 12, we get to adopt without interference from the judicial branch.
Well, this bill did pass committee and is expected to reach the House floor. We'll let you know what lawmakers decide to do when they take a vote.
8:11 our time. Here we go. Let's get you into the forecast and out the door here on a Monday morning. And a little bit breezy. Not going to be a windy day by any means, but you'll notice a little wind out of the south, and that's going to bring in even warmer air than we already have. We're talking 50s and 60s already. Right in the middle of the afternoon, 75 degrees, but also the chance, if we get a little bit of sun here and there, that we could see a pop-up shower or weak thunderstorm. We're not talking about an all-day rain or even close to it. Don't cancel any plans. Just know if you see a dark cloud or two coming over you, you might get a quick little downpour. Our cameras are getting a little bit better here when it comes to the fog. They have been throughout the morning, which is good news. Hour by hour, we will edge out of that and get ourselves into a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy day. Temperature 68 degrees at 11 and 70 degrees at noon. So maybe you want to go exercise. Either you're going to the gym or you just want to get outside, lace up the shoes and go for a quick run. All morning and afternoon going to be very comfortable. 75 might almost feel a little bit warm if you're trying to get out there for that today. But here is a look at future track. This on and off cloud mixture we're going to see. Afternoon will be a pop-up shower or two. We'll continue though into Tuesday and Wednesday in 5 minutes because those 2 days come with multiple hours worth of showers and thunderstorms.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 8:12. Quick look here at I-24. This is near Old Hickory Boulevard coming up from the Tanger Outlets area there in Antioch. Traffic moving along at a nice pace actually this morning. We've dropped back below an hour coming in from Murfreesboro. You can't ask for much better than that. Here's a look here at I-40. This is at 2nd Avenue there on the South Loop. Also looking really good for a Monday morning. We'll continue to follow things for you with Steer Clear Traffic live through 9. Well, the TBI needs your help finding an endangered child out of Rutherford County. We're going to have an update on this story coming up in the next few minutes. And a big week ahead for the 2024 race to the White House as Tennessee is one of
it happened.
We've been breathing this. Lots of people don't realize that mold feeds off moisture in their crawl space. But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We want to get straight to an endangered child alert coming to us from Rutherford County. The TBI looking for a 7-year-old little girl who is missing and also her mother.
Now, authorities say that it is Iris Kron, who was last seen back on March the 1st in Murfreesboro, very close to Blue Fox Trail. They're also looking for her mother as well. They are wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for custodial interference in this particular case. So if you know where either one of these people are, you're asked to call the TBI, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Well, listen to this. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has now visited the Tennessee National Guard ahead of their deployment down to the southern border. Now, the governor stopped by the Millington, Tennessee Army National Guard station to talk with soldiers about their upcoming deployment. This comes after a group of troops were sent to Texas a few weeks ago. They are there to deal with the unprecedented border crisis that continues.
Yeah, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, who you see in that jacket right there, says that they requested 50 Guard troops to go to the southern border. They asked for 50. They had hundreds of our Tennessee National Guard troops answer the call.
Hundreds volunteered for 50 slots. And these men and women are here leaving their families to be a part of a coordinated effort to really secure the border, to stop trafficking, to stop drug traffic, sex traffic, human trafficking. It's not just a Texas problem, it's a Tennessee problem as well.
And Governor Lee said that, you know, the overwhelming response on the part of Tennesseans just shows how important this mission is to them. So they're going to be the next wave of troops going to the border, and there will be more. This is the first group of 50 to be deployed in what's been named Operation Lone Star.
All right, coming up on 8:18 on this Monday morning, Greg Bobus is standing by. He's been following all kinds of weather this morning. Of course, we had some fog earlier this morning, Greg, but now starting to feel like spring coming up this afternoon.
100%, 75 degrees later on this afternoon. Wow. So we're already near 60 degrees for most of us, and it's all up from here. And the fog has been lifting hour by hour, getting better and better. Taking a look at future track, though, we will keep the cloud cover. The sun's going to attempt to come out. And the more sun that we do get today, the better our chance we could see this happen. And this is not by any means a big deal, but there could be a few light rain showers east of I-65 later today. Most of us stay dry and don't see a drop of rain. Those of us that do, it's not going to last long. So you may have to just run inside for 10, 15 minutes. You can head right back out. So head right back outdoors. No severe weather overnight tonight. Here's 8 p.m. We'll still be in the 60s at 8 o'clock tonight. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 50s. But you wake up 4 a.m. is right there. Here is 7 a.m. Couple of showers. We'll be tracking a little bit of activity on the radar tomorrow morning, not for everyone, but by the afternoon. We start east of I-65 late morning, early afternoon, showers and storms, and then the entire area begins to see a few of these build through southern Kentucky and our western counties. And basically, everything swirls right around the Nashville area tomorrow and into Wednesday morning. Umbrella handy, Fox 17 Code Red weather app. Watch the radar closely so you don't get stuck in the downpour, because you'll have many hours of opportunity to avoid the rain and to get out there to make sure that you're not stuck in it. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, that's the most active period early in the week. Then very late Thursday into Friday, another cold front moves in, and that will bring in even more showers and storms. The good news is, as of right now, I don't see any severe weather for either one of those two events that will move in.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out and about to I-440, 21st Avenue there on the south side. As you can see, traffic in that area moving along very well. No big problems over there on that south side. We'll continue to follow things for you, but we can tell you right now, as far as I can see, traffic is doing rather well in most directions across the mid-state. We'll continue to watch things for you, let you know if we find anything live and local through 9.
Heads up for you happening tomorrow in case you didn't realize it. It's Super Tuesday, and voters right here in Tennessee and across the country will head to the polls to choose their candidate of choice for their party's primary.
Yeah, so Super Tuesday lumps together 15 contests for Republican and 16 contests for Democrats spread out across the country. President Joe Biden is undefeated in this primary contest for this particular year. Former President Donald Trump has only lost one over the weekend, Washington, D.C.
That's right. Nikki Haley picked up D.C. in the primary. We'll have live coverage of Super Tuesday beginning right here tomorrow morning on Fox 17 News starting at 4 a.m.
We continue to follow the breaking news this morning out of Bordeaux. That is where one man was found shot to death after investigators arrived on the scene. We're going to give you the very latest from this investigation.
And the push.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's Orange event is this weekend. Friday through Sunday, shop one of the year's biggest furniture sales. Get 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local Ashley.
Gun safety course could be coming to Tennessee classrooms. That is up for debate this week in the legislature. In fact, tomorrow, 3 separate committees will consider that bill plus several others. Let's take a listen to what some of our leaders have to say about it.
All I'm asking is for us to let parents opt out. Parental choice. Let's not re-traumatize our children if parents feel like this is not right for them.
Because an Amish family goes where they go in a horse and carriage does not mean their children should not be taught the rules of safety when crossing a street with automobiles. This bill is aimed at safety, and this amendment is hampering the proper distribution of the safety material to those who need it most.
Under the guidelines of this particular bill, children would not learn how to shoot and no real guns would be used. This would solely be an educational safety course, and the classes would be mandatory. If it makes its way through the legislature, we'll be sure to let you know. In the meantime, what do you think? Do you feel like Tennessee needs to pass legislation supporting gun safety like red flag laws? Right now, 73.8% of you say no. We've had more than 2,500 votes as of this morning. You can take part. Scan that QR code right there on your screen with your camera on your phone and then hit the link. It'll take you to our Twitter account where you can vote and leave us a comment.
8:25 our time, taking a look. Visibility is getting better hour by hour. Here is a look at our visibility tracker that had some yellows and oranges on it earlier, meaning more dense fog. It is lifting. We are getting into more clear times when it comes to ground level. However, the clouds, they're going to stay around with us for quite some time. So what does the weekend look like? Well, this weekend for you is going to be kind of a two-parter when it comes to temperature. 62 degrees on your Saturday, 56 on Sunday. So a little bit cooler, but a little bit drier. It kind of depends what you want to really work through. If you can manage a few showers and some weak storms early on your Saturday, but you want the warmer temperatures, that's how you're going to be. 56 degrees will be your temperature on Saturday, and that's the day where some rain moves out and we go to a partly cloudy sky by the afternoon. So all in all, the weekend is not all that bad. If you want to plan around the rain, how do you do it? With the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. It's that simple. You just download it. You can click the button that says radar. It's the same radar we're using right here. And the good news is you can always use that on the go. It isn't only good here in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. If you're on the East Coast, you're on vacation somewhere, you'll always have access to the forecast for you.
Greg, thank you. Steer clear traffic time right now. We have a live look from I-24 at Haywood Lane. Nice and quiet out here on your I-24 commute. We do have several districts that are out today for a teacher work day, and then many more of our public school districts that'll be out tomorrow for Super Tuesday. A lot of our schools are polling locations, so hopefully we'll see a little bit of a break in the traffic as we're seeing right here. More Steer Clear traffic updates coming up in our 8:30 half hour. A community that is standing strong. It's been more than 4 years since the devastating tornadoes swept through Middle Tennessee. We'll show you how folks across our communities are commemorating the day and still recovering. And a note of thanks right now for Wake.
Fox 17 News, Code Red Weather.
Your first line of defense when severe weather threatens.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. It is 8:30 on the dot, and we have a live look from Sumner County this morning where the search efforts are still very active looking for Sebastian Rogers. Today, this morning, marks 1 week since he was first reported missing. Specialized search teams, the National Guard, now on location. We'll get a live update in moments.
And taking a look, there is Nissan Stadium. A couple of sun rays there breaking through the clouds this morning. A beautifully warm day is ahead of us, but I am tracking quite a bit of rain this week coming up in your forecast.
Steer Clear traffic takes us over to I-40 near the airport. Doing really well over there near Dallas and Pike. We've got the very latest on the rest of your drive times coming up here throughout the morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning on this Monday. It's March the 4th. I'm Justin McFarland.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we have several different breaking news stories that we're following this morning. We want to get you updated on all of them. We begin in Bordeaux. This is North Nashville, just off Buena Vista Pike, where a man was killed earlier this morning in a shooting. We can see police here, crime scene investigators on location. The crime scene tape is up. Now, police are allowing certain people to come and go through this apartment complex. This is the Overlook Ridge Apartments, 2400 Buena Vista Pike is the location. As of right now, police have been pretty tight-lipped in their investigation. All we've been able to confirm is that somebody was shot and killed. They have nobody in custody, and we're working to find out the identity of that person who died at this location. So we'll get you those updates either on air, live through 9, or over at fox17.com.
We continue to follow breaking news out of Sumner County this morning. There's still no trace of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Now, Fox 17 News photojournalist Madison Smarker is live for us this morning there in Sumner County to give us a live look from Hendersonville. This is where the search continues to this very moment. Search teams are now trying to find this 15-year-old. They've covered around 5+ miles worth of area there in Sumner County with more than 400 members who have been searching, scouring this area over the weekend. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office and even now the Tennessee National Guard is involved. They're not confirming any sighting of Sebastian Rogers by either witnesses or on video since his disappearance. Community members say they're not giving up, though, and they are chipping in with helping along with this search by passing out flyers, and a lot more in that area. Now, residents in the surrounding area are still being asked to check their property at least twice a day, especially in areas where Sebastian could be hiding under the tarps or on decks, maybe in boats, who knows? We do know the volunteers who are searching the area independently, despite what law enforcement may or may not encourage, they're asking if you're going out to look, do so in pairs, just so you're not confused on any surveillance camera equipment that is out there as the missing child. Well, new this morning, Metro Police say that one man is behind bars accused of keeping a woman locked in a basement for 4 days. Listen to this story. Police say that Lydian Crutcher locked a woman in the basement of his home. This is on County Hospital Road last Tuesday. Officers say that the victim was not given food or water for 4 days. They say that back on March the 1st, the woman was able to alert other people inside the home who helped her escape through a neighbor's house. Quetcher is now being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and false imprisonment as well. He's being held on a $75,000 bond.
Want to also get you updated on a story that we've been following through the course of the weekend and even this morning. 4 years ago this weekend was the span of tornadoes, 7 in all, that ripped through Middle Tennessee. People here waking up to this kind of destruction on March 3rd. These tornadoes came through in the dark overnight, and when we woke up on March 3rd, it was just devastation for so many communities. That's Donaldson Christian Academy, decimated. We had communities like Mount Juliet, here in Nashville, Germantown, where buildings, homes, restaurants were just leveled. This video is from Mount Juliet over the weekend, where they marked the anniversary of the March 2020 tornadoes with this ceremony. Community members putting a wreath here, honoring the 3 people who died in Mount Juliet. Remembering Brandy Barker and James and Donna Eaton, who died when that tornado hit, again, Mount Juliet.
I hope that they remember that life is short and none of us are promised tomorrow, and my aunt and uncle knew that all too well.
So this is a permanent monument that is now up to the lives lost in the tornado. It's right next to West Wilson Middle School. West Wilson was destroyed in the tornadoes, and officials say construction on that new building is close to wrapping up. We bring in Greg to talk about the marking of that weather event here in the Mid-State. Greg, I think all the time about how many more people have moved to Nashville since March of 2020, and so many folks who would go to places like East Nashville now or Germantown and would never know what we experienced 4 years ago.
You would have no idea unless you pick someone's brain who maybe didn't even live here either. I mean, this is one of those things where if you do know someone who lived through this or someone who knows someone who did, pick their brain a little bit, because the more we know about things that have happened in the past, the more that we can make sure that we're prepared for the next thing that could potentially happen. These were the 2 big tornadoes. Taking a look here, this is one we just talked about that went through Germantown, East Nashville, Mount Juliet, continued. This was on the ground for a very long time, 60 miles straight. At one point, its maximum width, so how wide it was, not how tall, how wide it was, 1,600 yards. That is 16 football fields. That's how wide it was, chugging along right near the I-40 corridor. It lifted. It put down another tornado. This same thunderstorm did. EF4 in Cookeville, 175-mile-per-hour wind speed. Only on the ground for 9 miles. Went right through a neighborhood. 96 injuries from this tornado. And unfortunately, 19 people lost their lives. Now we say, if you're new to the area, you need to know what's going on, because we can have severe weather in Middle Tennessee any month of the year. That includes December, January, and February, and even early March. 3 things to know we're going to tackle in the next Check Your Forecast. An annoyingly rainy week with 2 to 3 inches of rain ahead of us. Starting very warm, though. No signs of severe weather. We'll break it all down hour by hour.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. I-40 at Donaldson Pike. As you can see, traffic moving along fine out there near the airport. No big disruptions either way out there. We'll continue to watch the roads here for you, let you know what we find. The Titans head honchos were all in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. We're going to tell you what they had to say about the possible draft pick ahead.
And we have more.
Being conducted under the rhythm of the selling machine, James R. Cash, auction style.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by the Rocky McElhaney Law Firm.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It's 8:40 right now. In Operation Crime and Justice, the new Nashville Community Review Board has released recommendations for Metro Police. And the board, which is tasked with holding police accountable, is calling on Metro PD to provide more data and information so they can further review use of force incidents on the part of Metro officers.
Now, the review board also released 15 policy recommendations calling on Metro Police to implement them immediately. Here's a look at just some of the recommendations. They include reporting all methods of so-called soft tactics used, whether it be with a firearm display or taser display or accidental discharges. Another early way to flag officers involved in the repeated use of force incidents. And those are just to name a few. Now, Metro Police tell Fox 17 News that their analysts will review the report. We will continue to keep you up to date once more information becomes available. In the meantime, let's check in on your traffic here this morning. Let's get to I-40 at 46th Avenue here on the west side. We're doing okay as far as your traffic is concerned, coming in from that Bellevue area, the Nations, all of that over there on the west side. Could not ask for better traffic conditions coming in from there. Other areas of town include I-40 here near the Donaldson area. This is at the airport. If you got that early morning flight at BNA, doing fine getting to the airport. Now, once you get there, I can't make any promises about TSA and all of that. Overall drive time's looking really nice, though. 33 minutes coming in from Hendersonville, still under an hour from Murfreesboro. 38 minutes or so coming in from Franklin, even though that time will start to go down.
And Fox 17 News keeping an eye on the few things you'll want to know as far as the forecast is concerned. Greg will tell you what we're tracking as we head into the weekend.
From what I know about her, at least from a competitor perspective, she's not simply going to get bitter. She's going to get better from this, and she's going to inspire other young people around Tennessee and around the country.
It's been a long road for recovery for one Mid-State
Performing Arts Center this May. Don't be left out in the cold. Get your tickets today at tpac.org.
Good morning. Just about 8:45 right now in Operation Crime and Justice. The trial begins for a man named Daniel Riley. This is the man who's accused of driving a car in St. Louis, hitting Smyrna teenager Janae Edmondson. She ended up losing both of her legs as a result of that crash.
Had a very promising future as a volleyball player. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen joins us now with the very latest on what we can expect as the jury selection is expected to wrap up today.
Well, good morning, Jen and Justin. Janae Edmondson's life was turned upside down last February when she was in St. Louis for a volleyball tournament. A year later, the family hopes justice can finally be served as opening statements are expected to start tomorrow. Now, police believe 21-year-old Daniel Riley was driving 20 miles per hour above the speed limit when the crash happened after running a yield sign at an intersection and hit another vehicle. Officers charged Riley with 3 counts of assault, armed criminal action, and operating a car without a valid license. Riley pleaded not guilty to all charges. Now, this comes after police charged Riley with first-degree robbery and armed criminal action back in 2020. While a judge let Riley out, he was placed on house arrest and given a GPS monitor. Now, court records show Riley violated his GPS monitoring device at least 50 times since his arrest in 2020.
All right, Amanda, I know that the family, devastated by all of this, has plans to take other action as well.
Yeah, so Janae Edmondson is actually suing the city of St. Louis, Daniel Riley, and Riley's mom and the car rental company. Now, lawyers for the Edmondson family tell me that the city of St. Louis needed better signage on the road where this crash happened, so that's why they're in this lawsuit. They also say Riley's mother knowingly gave him a car, although they both knew he wasn't supposed to be driving at the time. And of course, we will bring you live updates as the trial gets underway as well.
Sad story, but we'll continue to follow it. Thank you so much there. Well, since the day Janae Edmondson got hurt, support has poured in all over the internet. The GoFundMe account has helped her raise more than $800,000.
That goes so far when you're looking at medical bills, how homes and cars have to be fitted in order to accommodate her going forward. So that money going to good use. If you'd like a link for that GoFundMe and to read more about the story, you can visit our website, fox17.com.
8:47, a look at your forecast here. And moving forward, we're going to see quite a bit of snow, not rain, but we're going to see on your screen right there. Got you, didn't I? Taking a look, our dog of the day, Blue, loves the snow, though. Has the coat, the matching boots for it as well. Jesse from Hartsville, thanks for sharing the photo. Blue even has a little smile on his face running around. 62 degrees, 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 75 the entire day. perfect for a dog walk. We do have temperatures that are going to hover in the 60s until we get to the afternoon, and then we are in the 70s most of the day. It says 20% chance for a shower. We could see a brief pop-up. If you have the Code Red weather app, you can just check the radar, see nothing's coming your way, and head out the door. Also, at any point, you can always send us your dog of the day. Meteorologist Greg Bobus on Facebook. You find that post. It's pinned at the top. You can share your name, location, the whole 9 yards, whatever you want to share about your dog. And you can see that four-legged friend right here on Fox 17 News this morning. Visibility has gotten increasingly better. So let's talk about this weekend. What can we expect? Scattered rain for Saturday, decent temperatures, but Sunday looks to be the better day when it comes to being dry. Coming up, we'll have another check of your forecast here before we hit 9 o'clock. Look at your 7-day and one more updated look at future track planning for some rain over the next 24 hours.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get a quick look here at I-65 at Harding Place. Bit of a slowdown coming in through the South Nashville area as you leave Brentwood heading into Nashville. Unsure what this is about. Haven't seen anything in front of us, but clearly something is there to cause this kind of reaction. So we'll try to take a closer look at that in the next few minutes. This is going to be I-65 here, a few miles behind where that slowdown is. This is going to be in the Brentwood area, still dealing with that disabled vehicle on the side, but this hasn't really caused problems all morning. It's been with us. We'll continue to follow whatever we find live through 9.
The NFL Combine wrapping up in Indianapolis just yesterday, and Titans head coach Brian Callahan and GM Ran Carthon out there meeting with prospects, watching everybody compete really to the best of their ability, because this is where they get to show off, show off their stuff. So looking ahead to this year's draft and the players that they need specifically.
So they have the number 7 overall pick in the draft, and they will be drafting either offensive line or wide receiver, according to most experts. And who are we kidding? According to the Titans officials themselves, that's what they're going to be drafting for. So we're going to continue to watch and see what they do. The draft is April 25th.
Well, the search is still active this morning for the missing 15-year-old from Hendersonville. The local community says they're not giving up. We'll get a final update before we leave you in just a couple minutes.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Hey there, we've got this month's Hometown Hero ready to go and super excited to share the story with you this month.
Yeah, for sure. Alex Minna with Weiss Towing. Now tell us a little bit about yourself, because you did have several nominations from folks in the community.
We just try to help people and extend empathy for every driver that's out there. And we just try to go above and beyond, treat everybody like family. That's really our real goal.
Now, Michael Ponce with Ponce Law, we've been teaming up for years to do Hometown Hero. And what was it that stood out to you about stories with regards to Alex?
We were overwhelmed with the number of people that had nominated you. I think some of the stories of parents about how you'd kind of gone above and beyond when you've had to tow their children. I know you were out in Murfreesboro. A lot of the people that have broken down are students there at MTSU. And to reassure parents to go the extra mile to see what can be done about their vehicles and provide advice and be reassuring to them has really made a difference in people's lives.
Well, because this can be such a stressful situation, right? Yeah. Whether you've been in a crash or there's a crime or you got a flat and you can't go anywhere, there can be really high stress. And it sounds like, Alex, you have gone above and beyond to keep people calm. And for that reason, after all these nominations that Erica and Michael mentioned, you are winning our monthly Hometown Hero Award, which means you get $1,000.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Thank you.
We want to say congratulations to you and thanks for all of the kind things that you do in the community through your business. And just want to remind you that if you have someone you'd like to nominate as a Hometown Hero, go to PonceLaw.com/Hometown Hero. By the way, Ponce Law celebrating 30 years.
Redistrict. Our Crisis in the Classroom series digs deeper into issues that are crippling our schools. Watch Crisis in the Classroom only on Fox 17 News.
Well, Well, here's a recap of our top stories from this particular morning. We continue to follow the breaking news out of Sumter County. That's where there's still no trace of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers.
I mean, so many folks have said it's as if he vanished into thin air. No trace of him from the dogs that they're using to try to pick up a scent. They haven't picked up a scent. He's not been seen on anybody's surveillance cameras. No witnesses, no neighbors reported seeing him. But the search does continue this morning. National Guard troops, it looked to be a couple dozen of them, are there live this morning.
An endangered child alert has also been sent out for a missing 7-year-old girl and her mother. If you know where either one of these two people are, you're asked to call the TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND.
One last check of your forecast here before we get to 9 o'clock, and I'll tell you right now, find an excuse to get outside later today. 76 degrees, on and off with the cloud cover, and the smallest chance for a brief pop-up shower.
And that you can experience the joy that the Easter season brings. Check this out, 29% off. Go to asadeals.com.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
You know what? I can't get enough of this new album, Nick. The Other Side of Mars, which I like the tongue-in-cheek also. But, you know, you didn't go back and rehash like old music and everything. This is all new. This is all Mick Mars.
Yes, that's right.
So it's like, why did you feel like going a different direction instead of, you know, certainly with 4 decades of hit songs to your credit, and with incredible guitar riffs that I tried to learn. You know, with this, it's like a very new metal kind of direction for you.
Well, I'll say it really simply. It's like, you know, when it's in with Motley, of course, I wrote Motley Crue songs.
Right.
But I still had my own ideas floating around in my head for years and years. And I finally got a chance to really express the first step in, you know, solo stuff. So.
Right. Well, and especially now that you've got your own studio here, you know, the Dungeon here in Nashville. So you've created your own space.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. So now the musicians come to you.
That's right. I just get out of bed, slap something on, go to the Dungeon, you know, come in.
And then grab one of your 2 guitars, maybe. Yeah.
Pardon me? Can you have some?
Yeah, well, you always need one more guitar.
No, I've got a lot. So.
Yeah, well, and I also liked it on the music videos. And I got to tell you, you know, the songs that released with the music videos, all of them are great. And the way they're shot and everything, and even like we were talking about, the pictures on the album just look incredible. I think it's amazing. The Other Side of Mars, the other side of Mick Mars. Mick, thank you so much for coming on the show.